ain't think it was gonna run out on us. Shit. What's up, everybody? Let us know intro though. Listen, caught us off guard. God damn it!
Okay.
When I'm producing the show, hold up. Yo. What's going on, everybody? It's us. We're back. Your favorite. It's your girl.
It's your girl.
Okay, what y'all got going on tonight? How y'all doing?
Doing good. I can't complain.
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Yes, absolutely. We have a cute little show going on tonight. I'm about to pull this graphic in though because we do want to beg y'all for help. Because y'all know how motherfuckers, you gotta beg people for stuff. Help us, please.
Really?
Listen, join our team. We're in need of a contracted social media assistant. And also an event operations coordinator. So if you can send your resume and social media handles to OohLadiesFirstPanel@gmail.com, it will be greatly appreciated. We look forward to working with you. Thank you so much. All right. So in honor of the fact that I can't get as much done as I would like to when I'm on my period. Okay, in honor of that, I have a video. All right. Are we ready? We're watching.
Yes.
All right, so how y'all feel about New York today?
I feel amazing, man. I love New York. City. New York is a good fucking place, bro. Like,
what's the best place to do it?
Oh! Oh my God!
All right, so how y'all feel about New York today?
I feel amazing, man. I love New York. New York is a good fucking place, bro. Like,
what's the best place to do it?
Oh! Oh my God!
Woo.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all. I laughed so hard when I saw this on my screen. Listen, it could have just been me. I have never in my life seen somebody get smacked with a heavy ass overnight maxi pad. And then I feel like they deserved it. I wish she would have quickly ran it across the other two's face too. Because why are you doing that to people? That lady obviously was not having a good day.
I think it honestly was a scheme that they all set up to come to the internet with it.
It looked like it.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it was planned. I think she pulled it out really quick. I think his reaction wasn't truly a natural reaction from most men. Like it was giving Goot a little piece.
All right, so how y'all feel about New York today?
I feel amazing, man. I love New York. City. New York is a good fucking place, bro. Like,
what's the best place to do it?
Oh!
I don't know. I feel like I definitely could have snatched a pad that big up that quick.
I just sent you a similar video.
Oh, you sent me a similar video? Oh, please. I'm going to enjoy this so much.
Check Instagram. Something similar happened in Dallas a couple weeks ago.
No, I saw this. I saw this one too. I saw this one too.
Like, what are the odds?
No, for real. I don't know what's going on. And I'm fine with being duped on this one because it still like brought me joy. Because I just had no idea that that's how you would respond to anything is by like slapping a nigga with a pad.
Jail immediately.
Like I had no idea. Why is it like this, y'all? My God. Anyway.
I don't know why it's not audio on that one.
Yeah, I don't hear her saying nothing.
Bondy, can you hear us? Nah, she can't hear us either.
Yeah, I don't think she can hear us. We can't hear.
Oh, y'all couldn't hear it?
And you couldn't hear us.
Oh, well, that's weird. Let me see what's going on.
Okay.
Let me see what's happening here. That's unfortunate. Maybe it's because I have like all of these Shein tabs open. Give me a second. Let me close some of this shit. Okay. I apologize for the inconvenience, everybody. Because I was okay. Let's okay. I think I just had to pull up the right one. Oh no, it's still acting funny. Like it's like it's only recognizing one of the Chrome things. Okay.
Somebody said y'all carry used pads. Is that a thing? No, she pulled it right out the panties.
From between her legs, yeah.
Okay. Tell me y'all can't
hear.
Y'all can't hear it? Okay. Damn. I don't
But
know.
the girl, just to explain it, the girl was at a train station and it was two guys following her. She turned around, she pulled out her period pad, and they left her alone after that. They start going the other direction.
I low-key
And
think
she was screaming, like, and recording.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I mean, I don't think that was fake either.
That one then, based on how you see telling it, that one I don't think was fake.
I don't know.
No,
I guess
I don't think it was
because
fake at all.
the way that lady, like, I just thought that was so like I just my mind was blown. The way she really like
slapping a dude in the face. Honestly, that shit is so sick to me. It should be treated as a federal crime, or not federal. It should be treated as a jail crime, similar to like when you spit on people. That's gross. But as a defense mechanism, I'm all here for it. I just don't know if that defense mechanism fit the bill. She should have just whooped his ass.
I don't know. My mama said that was disgraceful. Hey, mom.
What's going on, Miss Lady?
Okay, listen. Then I won't say what I was gonna say. Then I won't say anything. Y'all are right.
Just the thought is disgraceful. Like,
yeah, y'all are right. My mama, that's what my mama said, and I'm not about to argue with with my mama. So so if that's what she said, then that's disgraceful, and you shouldn't use your period blood as a tool of combat.
Unless necessary.
I don't know. I think you should use everything at your disposal.
in the girls' case in Dallas, I agree because they were predatory following her.
It was circling her, like
yeah.
Because I saw it when I first saw that one, and the way she was pointing the camera over here and over there. I mean, I feel like it. It's just really. Yeah, listen. I don't know. Like, I feel like men are nasty anyway. Like, I feel like they don't wear condoms anyway. I feel like they eat women out on their periods anyway. So I just, I don't be caring that much about their overall, like, oh, that's so gross. He might, she might have a disease. It's like, he don't care. If he was smashing, he wouldn't care. That's just my assumption. That's, I've seen terrible things. I'm jaded. I want to get into the Diddy documentary first. Did y'all watch it?
Yes.
I didn't get far enough in, but I've seen a lot of the commentary.
Oh my God, you guys. I feel like it has so much more information in it than any other documentary that we've seen has had. And I think that was like the kicker for me. Who they had. Kirk Burrows being there. That was A1 steak sauce for me.
Remind me of which one that was. Was that the one that had the business with him in the beginning?
Yes, that's the one he gave
that man
25% to. Yes.
That's who you need to hear from.
Like, he had journals that because he was the one that was handling the money. It was literally only him handling the money up until after Biggie died. And the reason why Puff fired him is because he refused to change the paperwork in Biggie's contract that I'm sure would have signified what his mom was supposed to get from his estate from what he made. But just essentially, I feel, and somebody came out just to dispute it. And I'm like, shut up. I'm not believing nothing that anybody's talking about, because to me,
he's trying to get over on the business.
yes,
On the money side after he died.
yes,
Every
it
person
was
he
doing
was-
it before to every single artist. There is not a artist that I feel like he didn't do this to. So I feel like, I don't know why there's like arguments about certain things.
Everybody has pretty much the same story, but slightly different situations, but it all equals up to the same result. That man played everybody in his path. This what got me too. The situation that happened at that basketball game when all the people ended up dying and stuff, and when he started to really move forward with his actual own business, he put 75%, and this is crazy if you're going in with another person for the business, he put 75% of the business name in his mama's name, and then the other 25% in the Kurt Burroughs guy's name, so that he can avoid having to pay the victims' families. Like the 9 people that died
He
from that.
rearranged the way that the business was structured after the deaths.
Before, as he was gaining success, because that's what the man said really blew him up. After all the deaths and all of that happened, the story got so big, Puff got popular, he was already finagling around the industry. As he formed, I don't know, I guess that was Bad Boy at the time.
Yeah, when he got Bad
When he
Boy from
formed it.
Arista, he signed his deal with Clive Davis.
Mhm.
He signed it for $10 million. He didn't put it in his name. He
At
put it
all.
in his mom's, and he put it in Kirk's name, so that them people that died in that charity that charity basketball game, 9 people, they would not be able to sue him for what happened, because he was legally liable. But what he did do, and this is like, to me, this was like the craziest part, because this is where it gets esoteric. This is where it gets demonic, so to speak, whatever language you want to use.
Yeah.
He, I think, was somebody that was able to like pick up things very quickly, very smart, but was abused heavily. I think at some point assaulted, emotionally neglected. And I think that created like a monster in him already. So like from childhood, teenagehood, they said Diddy was biting people. Okay. Diddy already had a dark energy about himself. When all of them people died, there is footage of him standing in the middle of the basketball court, and he's just like looking around at the bodies, and you could see him kind of like taking it all in. He got on the news and he saw his name on the news, and that had blown him up and made him now somebody that a lot of people knew all across New York. And because it was a celebrity basketball game, it had a lot of big names involved. So that put his name in the same newspaper article and the same news story with those famous people. I think he realized that tragedy could help him propel his career. And so I think after that, he consistently realized, in order for me to get what I want, some people are going to have to die. Like,
Biggie.
But yes, Biggie, Pac.
And that propelled him as well.
Yes, because right after that, that's how he got white people mainstream success. That song with Sting, the actual song that they did. Then he took that the what is it, the Rolling Stone cover that was supposed to be Biggie. He took that from him. Instead of Biggie being on it, it was him being on it. He actually did not pay for the funeral, but he wanted the funeral to be like this big show. And what he ended up doing was charging Biggie, but his mama and them did not know that. They didn't know, because he probably already took it from his money beforehand. This is what he was doing the entire time. He would be in the videos. He would put himself on the song, talking in the background, and then he would pay himself from the artist's money.
Oh, that's why he'd be on the features, barely featured.
Yes.
On some Birdman shit.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So it's, to me, it's so much fake shit. It's ridiculous. Yeah, the one assault victim, like knowingly, like I'm saying, I know this happened to me, assault victim, throughout the entire documentary. They didn't even really focus on that. They gave us Joy Dickerson Neal, I think is her last name.
Yes, I saw that.
Hustle, I cried. I ain't gonna lie. Between the people, all of them people dying at the basketball game, because that really, like, I really felt that. To me, I feel like the harnessing of the fear that was in that building with all of them people being smushed up like that. Yeah, I just every time I think about it or I see it, it makes me cry. But her story made me cry too, because she said, I had self-respect. When she
Yes.
said I had self-respect, and that made me realize he took that from her. It was just, I was just like, yeah, you're a terrible individual, because I don't know how people think about men like Diddy, but they're like intentionally doing that. They're like looking at you as a beautiful woman, somewhere inside themselves feeling envy about something about you and deciding they want to take that from you. And the
It was
best
a
way,
collectible, like a chain.
yes, yes.
That's very in line with like a serial killer, because y'all know they say the serial killers, they like to keep trophies from their victims. And him playing the videotape of her in front of other people was like a trophy. He wanted to demean her, strip her of all her self-respect. And the other thing that was hella sad about it was that her mom wrote a letter to his mom, and you could tell it came from a place of like, I'm a good parent and I would hope that you raised him better than this. So let's just talk about it as parents, not knowing that this ain't, not even knowing where he come from. It's real sad.
It is. It was a lot.
I mean, Kalina, girl, I was like, she was the other person that blew the hell out of me. I could have slapped the shit out of her, but so I love him. And the admiration she still had for him while trying to play the hell out of Dawn, and then want to act surprised like you didn't know why Cassie was angry or why she was acting a certain way, like you didn't witness it. And you over here admiring a billionaire that can't even give you $5,000, but when he did get arrested, he had 9,000 on him. Like, and y'all really just accepted his lies.
You had to go to Love and Hip Hop.
Ain't that great? A lot of them did. Most of them niggas was from Bad Boy on Love and Hip Hop New York. Peter Gunn. I'm sorry, not Peter. Rich in them. What you about to say, Jamie?
Now I'm just thinking about how she tried to play out Dawn, making it seem like Dawn desired Diddy in a certain way, as if he didn't influence her to want him in that way. Like, you don't know what all they probably talked about, since you acting like you didn't know what Cassie was going through.
I think Dawn hasn't like specifically said, but I think he did. Because the way I think he violated her.
She hasn't said that.
She said something happened, but I don't think she said specifically.
If he did it to Aubrey, because I believe what Aubrey
I was about to say. Yeah.
And Q, let's get to Q. He wanted Q, and I think
he wanted them to break up
for a second, which makes me feel like they will have more parts.
They have to.
Some R. Kelly
I watched Lovely T. She did her own little documentary, and it was multiple parts. And I feel like it was longer than this, honestly. And I'm like, yo, y'all covered all this in 4 hours, but it's so much more to this man's story. They really couldn't even get into the full dynamic of him and Misa, him and Kim. It's so much stuff he had his hands in. They're gonna have to do a part.
Did you see Misa on the internet?
No, what's she saying?
Girl, Misa on the internet posting the text messages between her and Alex Stapleton, the director of the documentary, saying that Misa is going to get her own show. Because she was like, I don't want to do no interview about Sean. And so it was like, the lady was like, I want to talk to you over the phone, but it does include you having your own show. So I don't know whether she was saying that she's going to have her own show or that the lady lied to her. I was confusion because she started throwing Bible verses in there. And whenever, drug dealer girlfriend types use Bible verses, I be, like, girl, shut up.
For real.
Because, I already know what it is. Like, you feel bad. So, Bible away, girl. But yeah.
I don't think Misa going to be able to say anything until he's no longer with us.
Which is sad, because to me, dragging, like, your son is being pulled into this even more so now. Like, that was another thing they talked about in the documentary. Lil Rod said that Justin and Diddy were doing freak-offs together, basically. They were in a room screwing a bunch of girls together. And I don't know about you, but that's not shit you should do with your familiar, your parents and shit. And then people want to argue about whether Justin is actually Diddy. Oh, that's because that's not his son. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't matter. Because I think whatever happened with Justin is also happening with Christian. So I don't think that matters. But this is what she posted. God didn't hand David a crown. He handed him Goliath. And then whatever this was. Like, I don't know. Like, sometimes it'd be like, really? This is...
She said, it's time.
Yeah, it's time. And then this is a text between her and Alex Stapleton, and that that Eric Sermon was the connector. So she's still cool with Eric. And there's 2 separate projects, but both do involve your own show. So yeah. And then she says, until they confess all the lies they said against you to gain favor, they'll never know peace. Isaiah 48:22. And this is what I'm talking about. She does this often and it be pissing me off. Like, she comes to the internet and does this like very, covered, not really.
Ominous ass shit.
Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
Ominous ass shit. And this is not the first time she's done that. There was, remember when Justin got in some type of DUI situation, and then she got online talking about not my fucking son, and all of that. But ultimately, yes, bitch, your fucking son. Like, you don't, first of all, it's obvious you don't have any power over the situation. Diddy can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. So if Diddy wants to expose your son to drugs and alcoholism and his dark way of exchanging people's lives and sexual energy for his own betterment, then that's what he's going to expose your kids to, love. Like, I don't even know why you would have wanted him to be daddy.
Youngest baby's name.
Huh?
The youngest baby's name is Love, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's such foolishness. It's like such foolishness to me. What else? I felt really, really okay. First of all, I don't like the way they're continuing to act like the things that happened with the women weren't a big deal. It's not just Cassie. Like, it's obvious that he did the same thing to every girl. And when he emailed Aubrey, he says to Aubrey that my women do what I tell them to do. And I can see you doing something with another man. So it's obvious that this is just something he makes the girls do. So to me, Misa did it, Kim did it, Cassie did it, Carisha did it. Like, all of them have done it. Gina, I think all of them have done it to varying degrees. But it to me, I just feel like it's a part of the taking something from the person. Like, it's a part of it. Like, when that nasty ass nigga Clayton Bigsby looking ass nigga, the prostitute, when he got up there and started talking, first of all, him saying that there was GHB in the body oil, even though during the court case they said there were no drugs in the body oil. That was interesting. And now I'm just assuming that whatever body oil they got had not been infused with the GHB, or is there something where after a certain amount of time it dissolves and is undetectable, right? Because, like, I was just like, if he's saying it's in there, and it doesn't make sense that it would not be in there when you think about how much they were using. Like, why would you be using all of it? You're trying to get that shit to soak into people's bodies. But yeah, people mentioning Alpo. Misa also dated Alpo, the psychopath serial killer. Yeah, niggas die every day, B. That nigga. And he's the one that put Diddy on to recording girls and then putting their videos out in front of dudes in the community and slutting the girls out. That's another thing. That humiliation ritual that helps men gain validation amongst each other but puts women in huge danger. I was just thinking about how many girls, like, how many just like regular black girls that, okay, like, nobody is perfect in all of this, but like, that didn't deserve that from a nigga that really, you know what I'm saying, that might have liked the nigga and, and slapped or whatever. And he shows niggas in y'all hood the video, you know what I'm saying, up on a projector at a bar. Like, that shit, I feel like that probably destroyed the lives of a lot of young girls back in the day when that was like a thing.
I'm sure. You know who comes to mind when I hear that is a person that really stood up for Diddy, which is Stevie J. And I feel like he was likely influenced by, Diddy. And also, I feel like once Diddy got snatched up, in my personal, I feel like that's one of the reasons Stevie really, really went ghost. Because what you got on you?
Oh, a lot. Because to me, he's one of the go-getters. Like, Stevie is attractive. Stevie got the big old dick. So it is giving you would use Stevie to bring women in because Stevie has a certain level
like he did Rod.
Yes.
On
With your hat and all of that. Yes. Yes. I mean, even think about the way they be walking together and shit. Like, he's prowling for you or something. It's very, very weird. Right. When I tell you that nigga's energy is so dark. Like, even when he was younger, like when they showed pictures of him when he was a teenager, like his eyes are sunken in. That's why he was wearing sunglasses. Somebody must have told him, hey, son, you need to you need to get you some shades, because if people can see your eyes, they gonna be scared of you, son. You're a little awkward, because they when Mark Curry was talking about how he could not catch the beat of that damn song and the way he was singing it, just being corny and lame and shit. It was just like, that makes so much sense.
You know what?
Envied the artist.
Craig Mack, I believe it was Craig Mack. He asked Diddy for money. Diddy pulled out a wad of money and gave that man only $100. But you making all this money off his song or his songs, and you see him and his wife struggling, and you gonna pull out and just give him $100? Like, he should have got popped the same way he had Suge Knight friend popped. And it's like, the fact that y'all let Diddy shapeshift throughout the industry and ain't nobody get him, that's why he had to get popped. And he tried to get Suge, because they definitely would have got him for sure. You had to get them before they could get you. And you almost got Suge. Almost got you. Actually, I feel like that was a hit twice that he didn't get Suge.
That first time, because Suge took him and put him in front of him. Yeah.
It's all right. It's gonna be all right. No, it's everything cool.
Did you peep that they both got shot 5 times?
Yeah. You saw about Tupac and the
and his homeboy. Yes. I was just like, oh my God. Like, it's so ritualistic. And I really feel like at some point he starts to do it this way. But initially, I feel like the shit was low-key just kind of happening. Like, and then he picks up what's going on and starts to do it himself. Because it's a lot of like spiritual shit. Oh, and that looted.
Oh, I thought you was going to talk about the March 9th.
Oh, that too. Like having the freak offs on March 9th. That's also esoteric. That's, first of all, that's because you feel guilty. So you need to do what you really like to do in order to not feel bad that day.
What's March 9th?
That's the day Biggie died. And what we understand now is that you orchestrated for Biggie to be in LA in order to get shot in the first place. Biggie didn't want to be in LA. Biggie was supposed to be in the UK, and Puffy calls Kirk and tells him to cancel his flight so that he couldn't even leave LA. And then, and allegedly, they wondering now if Keefy D is the one responsible for killing Big too, because it was something about this car, this Chevy, that was seen moving away from the scene when Biggie got shot. And it was the same car that Keef D had. And I believe they used the car in a video or some shit.
With Usher,
Yes. So it's like the way they were able to like give you all of this video evidence of the shit that they was talking about, because Diddy is a real narcissist, and narcissists love to show you what they doing in front of your face and kind of like play in your face. That shit with the pulling out the $100 bill, even the shit that happened on the band. I think he really liked, and one of the dudes said it, he liked to see you down. He liked having to come beg him for shit, especially the artists, because he envied the artists that they are talented, and he wished he had that, and he felt like if he had their talent, he would exploit it even more. And that's not understanding what it is to really be an artist, is to not want to exploit your shit like that. That's why you're an artist, because it matters to you. He wanted to like really over exploit. And like you said about Pac definitely peeped it, and Pac had the power of the community in order to say who this nigga is.
Yeah. I think they set him up with that RAPE.
Me too.
That happened. Like everything.
They said Diddy up.
No,
I
Pac. When Pac went to
hotel. That
because he didn't kill him when he got shot. When he got shot 5 times, he didn't kill him. And then all of a sudden you get set up on this situation where he didn't even really do anything to the girl. He just threw the party and somebody else did something to her, and he gets hit with first degree because it was his party. I was like, what? So it was like he knew they wanted to get him. And there is a level of thinking like the government is involved, but then also remembering how many times people be saying that Diddy is a CIA agent and shit. Like, that's a conspiracy that's out there. And I do feel like sometimes the people who are those people are really in plain sight.
You know, I thought about that with the CIA. I watching this documentary, I wonder what connections does he have or did he have to the government to allow him to go so far? And I said, those people must have died on, because if they wouldn't have, he probably still wouldn't be serving time right now. So I'm like, whatever connections he had back in that late time, he had to be connected.
The lawyers.
I mean, it would make sense. Because how would they not convict somebody? of the Diddy. I'm not Diddy. Of the Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah,
Like
they
that's
knew.
the.
And people
Mm.
said it. People said it, but it wasn't being like, it really, I think they had a documentary that a lot of people didn't see that talked about it. You know what I'm saying? And people have been working on this and trying to get this shit out for years, but people got so tired of the "we're not sures" at the end of the documentary that you just stopped like caring at some point. But to me, it has always felt like it was him. It has always felt like it was him. Ever since
Yeah, I used to hear that all the time.
that's when I realized how manipulative he was, because I loved their music. So I listened to their music. Puff is in the background of every fucking song, egging that shit on hard as fuck. And then got up there in that movie and acted like he was trying to keep everybody calm and shit. And then to see in this documentary, I feel so bad for Biggie, even though on some level I feel like Biggie wasn't shit neither. There are these moments where you can see Biggie is not saying anything and he just kind of like peeping, like soaking it all in. Like, I don't want to be here. I see how this nigga moving, and I got to figure out how to get myself out of this situation without letting him know that I need to get myself out of this situation.
He saw him doing that, talking to Tupac. That's why he got jealous. One, it was ownership, but two, he already knew that Suge and their team had a leg up because everybody was highlighting how Suge was running his business. So dang, if he leaves and then he got Pac and he got Biggie over there, it's a problem. What happened? Clarence Avant was his protection after his.
This made me wonder about why somebody, remember what happened with them? Remember his wife got killed before him? They ran up in his house and shot him and his wife, I think, but the wife died. And then he later died. And I always wondered, why would y'all be rolling up on an 80-something-year-old man?
Oh,
I remember now.
So yeah, that does make sense that if he was the protection and somebody was like, we got to get that nigga out of here so we can get this nigga out of here. That's wild.
That is wild because he died in August of 2023. Shortly after that, Diddy stuff started to like really kick up. I think Cassie dropped their first bomb.
Yes.
And then it was like a trickle down effect from that. And actually, I think right before he died, didn't Diddy do that thing that summer when he told Cassie, shout out to you for holding me down during the dark times?
Yes, that was the 2022 BET Awards. Where I will never forget watching that shit and thinking, this nigga, I don't like it. I literally said it right after. I don't know what that was about, but I didn't like that shit.
I'm gonna give you an alternative to that thought you had though, Bondy, when you said that you think somebody else clapped Avant to get Diddy out the way. I wouldn't be surprised if Avant was probably ready to be open. Remember, people talked about how Kim was gonna write a book and she was gonna be open and exposed to the dark. Remember, Quincy Jones did an interview and he started letting a lot of stuff out. Avant could have been at that space, knowing that he's getting older and being, in my opinion, Diddy being who he is. So I'm unstoppable at this point. I'm a billionaire. What y'all finna do to me? I could get on the BET Awards and play in y'all face all day. Love, right? Who's to say he didn't have? I mean, everybody around him has been gone, not here anymore. And then him thinking that he's up there with it, he kind of shot himself in the foot, possibly if he did have anything to do with the passing of that man and his wife. Because shortly after that, that's when the hammer came down.
Yes.
So he could have did that.
Thank you, Scotty G. That's a very good point, Jamie. And this just made me think about when Jay-Z. Did you see the clip that's going around?
I know what you about to say.
With the Diddy did it in a song. Y'all saw that?
No, not that one. I thought she was talking about the clip from the Rock Nation brunch and he's standing next to Diddy and they said, why Jay-Z? Somebody said, I always thought it looked like Jay-Z was recording people with his ring. And he's standing behind Diddy and he kind of just looking around like.
Nah, I didn't know about that one, but I would not put it past them because I pay attention to what, like, okay, once everybody sees that Diddy is too like volatile, they push him away. Once they see that he's too volatile, they push Puffy away, right? But they don't try to take him down. But how would you even be able to push somebody away that has that much, I'ma keep coming, I'ma keep going, I can't stop, won't stop, right? The only way you could do that is by getting dirt on him yourself. And so there are these moments where I feel like Jay-Z is playing in people's face, but I'm about to play this a little bit for y'all.
2 verses for Diddy. One was the Let's Get It.
Okay, call me Diddy. I run this city. Feds come to get
the
me.
other on the I Get Money remix.
Yeah.
But they said you wrote it and it's him confessing the crime. Did you see this?
No,
Did you see
man.
the meme? Look at that.
Shootouts, coastal beef, shit, Diddy did it,
But my lawyer so good that Diddy got a quit.
He said, Jay, help me with that.
Oh, they did. So didn't they talk about that in the documentary?
Shootouts, coastal beef. I wasn't around, but I was like East Coast, West Coast.
shootouts, coastal beef, shit, Diddy did it, but my
Oh,
Bruh, the
I
Diddy
have
did
never
it.
paid attention to that ever. Shootouts, East Coast, West Coast. Why the fuck would you rap about that?
Because he that untalented.
And that
What?
Because they writing it.
that
It's
egotistical.
gonna be
He got away with it. You can't do nothing to him. He got away with it. So
that
he can
only
rap
hype up
about
his
it.
ego.
Yes. That shit, when I tell y'all every time
Diddy did it, but my lawyer so good that
What they did with it.
shootouts, coastal beef, shit, Diddy did it, but my lawyer
like that's the part you come in on, Jay. Yeah, Diddy did it.
I was thinking that too, Jay-Z.
Bruh, I'm telling you, I was just like, wow, it's crazy, y'all. I feel like it's so much that they did like right in front of our faces. And I think that's one of the reasons why I could kind of see the shit that Diddy was doing on some slick shit, because he becomes so obvious. And also once they get older, they are not as mentally astute. So in a documentary, y'all saw all of these clips from the shit that he filmed and didn't pay that person for. Okay. That's another thing. He's like
Oh,
little-
so the clips at the beginning where he's
Yes.
like, oh, okay. Because I was like, what angle are we going?
Yes, that was for him to, I guess, make himself look better. But y'all remember he kept trying to come out with a reality show and it never came out. But I feel like on some level, he is such a sweet little nugget of, fuck around and find out. Because everything that he would like really put a lot of energy into, like for instance, you filming all of these people and now you so egotistical, you can't see yourself. So now you filming yourself and you're like on the phone with Kalina, like asking her to, to lie for you with shit on camera in the documentary. And then
wow.
your entire career, you don't like to pay people and you didn't pay the videographer. And that's how Netflix gets this shit. Then the other thing was that you got a drug addiction because you was trying to fight Kim Porter and she cut your wrist. And then you got hooked on Percocets. And that's how the drug habit really like balled out of control from just being partying and drinking, I'm sure. And I was just like, so you was beating on a lady and that's how you got your drug addiction. Your drug addiction is basically how you got so reckless and how you really end up getting caught in some ways. Because why was you still like prepared to do freak offs at the hotel? Like, what's going on, nigga? Like, Puffy. And then
Justin just following. He told that boy, I ain't got to figure it out. You got to figure it out.
You just took the words out of my mouth. That was literally what I'm about to say.
This ain't your stuff. This your stuff. And it's like, you still not learning, Justin? Did your mama just go off about this? He was about to make you figure out that whole drunk driving situation. Now you got to figure out his mess.
He was tweaking too to me.
Household.
Justin, when Justin was standing there talking, like Justin was like nervous. Like, and I know like your daddy's energy is nervous, but the way they talk, it's like people that's been doing drugs for a long time. Like that's the way he sounded when he was speaking. And if you notice, you don't really hear Justin talk a lot. Christian 50 is hilarious and I hate him. And I'm sure there'll be a documentary about him at some point. There already are some. Because like, nigga, calm down. Okay,
he having too much fun.
Listen, I'm gonna give more of the credit to Alex Stapleton than you. You just pay people for shit. But ultimately, what he did do, what I thought was hilarious, was these moments of like showing y'all the gay shit. So, for instance, these moments of Christian running behind his dad, like it just looks really goofy, really gay sometimes. Then him and Andre Harrell. So, hands up if you think Andre Harrell and Diddy were fucking at some point.
Okay, Jami.
Okay,
I don't
Jami.
know what the hell was going on. Something was weird. I don't know if they was smashing or not, but it's very possible.
Just based on the clips, I think it was cyclical. Like Andre Harrell, him, I hate to say it, this is how Usher got spun all into. They was all doing the same thing. Let me take you under my wings type shit. And
there's a level of we're fucking people together and I'm going to eventually work my way into doing something with you. Also, Andre looks gay. And so
I've never seen him linked to a woman.
We might. I'm sure there is one, but that doesn't, it's the 90s. Like,
see, and I agree with that comment from damn Diva Talated, or I don't know what it all said, but the comment said at least for dominance.
yeah.
And they seem like the type of people, Diddy at least, that's so sick that you wouldn't even really be you're bisexual, but not in the terms that you're even attracted to people. You attracted to the power. You attracted with the stripping of integrity for other people. So I can see him doing that.
I'm gonna tell you what I see. Andre is giving old queen. Look at his style, the glasses, the suits. Old gay men, they live their lives very low key. They cross their legs. Okay, they have a beautiful home. Okay, they make good money. Nobody knows, but the people that know them know what their life really is like. Diddy is the type of nigga that is used to performing for people, and I also feel like Diddy was touched as a child. So there's something that makes me feel like Diddy did not have a barrier about selling himself to Andre and giving Andre whatever Andre would have liked from him in order to get where he wanted to go. The way he started being his assistant, the way he started dressing him, like it makes me feel like there is some moment where y'all are fucked up and he finds you attractive in some way because you're young and your energy and all of that. And Diddy's like, if I do it with you, then I have power over you because then I can always say, this nigga fuck me. Like I can always say like that's power over somebody.
A little secret for sure.
So that's why, if anything, I feel like that's why it happened. And I think Diddy might have played on the fact that Andre is like an old queen, like the old gay guys like them a little young boyfriend, boy. And I think Diddy might have like played on that in order to get that position in his life. Yeah.
It's very possible.
Oh, and what Andre said about A&R was terrible, which made me feel like you're depraved. Telling Diddy and Kirk that the A&R is the most important thing. The artist can't work without you. You're more important than the artist.
Yeah.
Like that mentality, and then the idea of not giving them anything besides the advance.
Correct. He set that play up.
Yeah.
But I feel like Diddy to me was already ahead of him. He just needed that validation. He needed him to confirm that, yeah, that's how that go. Because he already was
only 3 years apart in age.
Who 3 years apart in age? Oh, were they?
Oh.
Comment from Black Queen 8743 says they were only 3 years apart in age.
Who? Andre and
Diddy.
Yeah, that doesn't matter though. It's about who had power at the record label.
Yeah, but I don't know why I just felt like he was so much older.
Me too.
He gave like father figure vibes.
Hello,
gay. These players lie about their age now. And he probably could have lied to make it seem like it's cool for me to hang out with this young guy. We're only a few years older than each other.
I mean, when you look back at some of the pictures, you could see how he's young. But I do feel like stylistically, there is a style for like an older, rich gay man type of vibe. Like think about Andy Cohen, but with black men, they wear sweaters. You know what I'm saying? Like this is Andre Harrell at a young age. But I think, he was one of them young old niggas. The 90s is full of 9 years apart sounds right. Yeah. But they said I think Catholic school. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Who went to Catholic?
Yes, and it was a school that had cases on them for PDF files.
Wow. Well,
and then the mama told him he didn't know this part, but he works in a nightclub. And I'm like, girl, just say he was a stripper. Stop fucking lying.
Did you see how uncomfortable he looked?
He did.
He looked so uncomfortable because he's seen more than that. He's seen more than that.
Her story contradicted what that man Kurt was saying. With how they'll go places, she'll leave the car running. They already knew what was up. Ain't no telling what she was going to go do. All I was thinking about turning tricks or selling drugs. Like that's what I heard.
It was one or the other. It was one or the other. Definitely. And then her having those parties, to me, it sounded like you were a madam. You were inviting niggas that play basketball and jet beauties of the week to parties together at your house.
Yeah.
And to me, like that's the first place your son gets assaulted. That's the first place your son gets assaulted. Because if you got a whole bunch of niggas in your house and make the kids dance and all of that, now everybody fucked up. You think that somebody not gonna be talking to your little boy somewhere off in a corner or something?
Right.
Like And also doing shit in front of kids is also, a violation. Everything about Diddy was a violation. What you did with the money to the artist, what you did to people when you sexually assaulted them, his entire being, just seemed like a whole bunch of violations of people in massive ways. And then the spiritual aspect, him having that lady on his back. There's a saint on his back.
Oh yeah, I saw that tattoo.
And he walks around and it's a hoodoo. And I figured that because I saw it, that dude that be rolling his weed in the documentary, that nigga, I don't know who that nigga is, but Lou, his name is Lou. They need to tap that nigga because it's something about his connection to him. He was giving like a Papa Legba vibe or something like your, evil connection to spirit. I'm gonna throw some bones on the ground and talk to the demons and they gonna, orchestrate this shit for you. Like that's what it felt like. So it's like there's a lot of like spiritual shit going on. And I do feel like if you think about like Jada and Will, people that have money really are supposed to like go and research religions and, go to different places. And sometimes when they do it, I think they pick up shit. They pick up ways of propelling themselves forward. And I do think that Diddy was just doing that at every turn. I think he just learned energetically that if I assault somebody, I can take some of their swag. I can take some of their self-respect for myself for the moment. When it comes to unaliving people, I could possibly be the orchestrator of somebody's death, and now I can elevate my image even more from that. So like just constantly finding ways to violate. Crazy. So yeah, that's basically all, I wanted to say. Did y'all want to add anything else about the documentary?
Not that I can think
No? Okay.
I just would like to know when Jennifer Lopez and Carisha may at some point feel comfortable enough to share their experience.
I would love to hear what J-Lo has to say. Because she got out of there fast.
Yeah, she wasn't around long.
So one around long, witnessed the whole lot.
Ooh, okay. Well, this weekend was a lot. Okay. And your boy Ray J.
Oh boy.
If you didn't see it, this was him on stream.
Now I got my kids in here with me. Like, I'm not like, ain't nobody taking my kids away from me on Thanksgiving, throwing it down. They in my house. They making threats to me. What you got here for anyway, bro? I swear to God, I'm in my own house. And if these have foot close to this door, bro, I'm gonna blow this away, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. Leave me and my kids alone. That's in the dead homies, bro. Bro.
Pointed a gun at us.
I didn't point nothing at y'all.
You pointed a gun at us.
Yeah, whatever. You take my kids because y'all drunk. Y'all want to drive drunk? Y'all want to drive drunk? Drive drunk. Drive drunk, princess.
Right, you just
drive drunk.
You just pointed a gun.
Drive drunk.
You just pointed a gun at
drive
us.
Drunk, princess. Go ahead. You want to take my kids? You and your drunk cousin? Because y'all drunk as fuck and y'all alcoholics? Take my kids then. Go ahead. Who's gonna drive? Tony, he's been drinking too.
Driving.
Who's been driving? Everybody. I didn't point nothing at y'all.
You pointed a gun at us.
I didn't point nothing at y'all.
You pointed a gun at us.
Yeah, whatever.
You pointed a gun at us.
My daughter up. Why did you just wake my daughter up? Why did you just wake my daughter up?
All I wanted to do was have a good Thanksgiving.
Why did you wake my daughter up?
Ray.
Because you're selfish.
Delusional.
You're drunk.
You're a woman abuser.
You're
You're
drunk.
delusional.
I'm a woman. That's
yes,
what drunk people say. Like, you're taking my daughter?
Grow the fuck up.
All right,
seriously.
cool.
You need to fucking.
You're not taking my son.
Ray.
Like, I know you're not trying to take my son. Hey, don't
touch him.
Hold on, bro. I swear to God, I'll shoot the fuck out of you.
Shoot me right. Pointed a gun at us.
I didn't point
a gun at us.
Yeah,
okay.
It's her saying, all I wanted to do was have a good Thanksgiving, which is giving this the shit you be on all the time.
Yeah. And we saw it from the show.
This ain't gonna end well.
I don't think so. And I think we've been in this cycle with them for so long that it's like you don't see an end to it, but you forget how life works, and there's always going to be an end to this. So he got up there and bullshitted. Hold up.
Listen, I'm gonna say this because I'm not gonna let the story go to where it don't supposed to go. You in my house, we're having an argument. All right, we grown ups. If you want to leave, leave. The kid is upstairs sleeping in my bed. You want to go upstairs and take the kids, wake them up into this grown up argument, which shouldn't have happened. Instead of letting them sleep, you want to snatch her and take her with you. Then you got a dude coming in my bedroom where my kids is asleep, and they're trying to get in my bed and take my kids because all of y'all are drunk. Y'all can't drive with these kids drunk. I'm not letting that happen. This dude is coming in my room, getting in my bed to take my kid. I'm going to defend my kids. And I'm going to go to jail. I'm in my bedroom. They're in there snatching my kids out of the bed while they're asleep, and they're waking up yelling and screaming and crying. A dude is getting my kid out of the bed, bro. I'm going for mine. For my kids, I'm going to double down on that. Y'all can't do that. But you know what? It is what it is. I love my kids. I'm not playing about my kids, and that's it. That's a whole nother thing, man. I'm in my house. I hate that this shit happened.
He is definitely a narcissist. I wouldn't believe a word out of his mouth. Like, I can even see the way he's moving his face. Like, you know, the way he's moving his face and his eyes and his eyebrows is to try to make, you know, even the tone of his voice, trying to make it seem as if he's not lying, continuously saying over and over again that this man is in my bed taking my kids. Like, he's trying to create an image of something that wasn't happening so that he can make himself not be the bad guy.
It's called triangulation. He's triangulating the kids to try to justify it. And number one, I'm pretty sure you knew who that dude was, or you knew of the dude.
That's
but you coming to us.
Husband. That's her
okay,
cousin.
I was about to say, because that was her cousin that was there. But you coming to the blogs talking about a dude. That's triangulation. And you trying to frame the story a specific way, you fucking weirdo.
Like they always do.
Okay,
So this is her with her weird ass. Because why are you still even? And you know what? I'm not even gonna say that because she work on my nerves, and I do think she a weird bitch. But I also feel like these niggas make it really hard to divorce them. Like, don't y'all feel like he would be making it hard for her to divorce? Like, you know, like now that I understand, like a lot of the times what be going on in a way, Ray J has money and access and like power where he's from, like in LA and shit. The way he was able to get out of jail so quickly after this happened, like it makes me feel like anytime she goes to court with him, it's gonna be difficult for them to like split up all of their assets and shit. Like I feel like
have them. If it's a matter of your life, and this nigga pulls out a gun on you casually, take it.
Please take it. Please
estrange that man.
I wonder if it's him making it hard. I feel like that's part of it, but some part of me also feel like Prinky was better off getting a divorce after her first child, like she wanted, but I feel like she stayed in it to keep the other women from having that spot.
Ew.
Yes.
They had
They already had it.
He's talking about like Suki Hana's coochie juice on his face.
I mean, even if we go back to Love and Hip Hop and them first getting together, I honestly don't think the relationship wouldn't have went that far unless it was for Tierra Marie. Yeah. She was gunning for him for the spot. She was in it for the competition. The relationship wouldn't have went that far if Tierra Marie didn't have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, she got a mother wound that makes her hate other women, and I think that she's in she always feels like she's in competition with another woman, and I think it's because of her relationship with her mammy. And I think that that's what keeps her in these relationships because she's just like dumbass Rada. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Rada, who's with Michael Blackson.
Oh yes, that's what she gets.
Oh my God! Like I don't know if y'all have seen Love and Hip Hop Miami, but girl. So y'all know that Michael Blackson got another girl pregnant at the same time as Rada is about to go in to have her baby. And
I thought that was Rada baby. I thought she had the baby. That's somebody else.
Yeah, Rada had a baby, and then while literally the day before Rada goes to the hospital, Claudia tells her about this girl who DM'd her. about her being pregnant. And so he has 2 girls pregnant at the same time, and then Ryder goes in to have the baby. Ryder comes out with the baby talking about, I don't want you to talk to her. I want all communication to stop. That baby can't have your last name. And I'm just like, Ryder, you're a fucking idiot. Like,
she don't want her to talk to the baby mama.
She don't want
him to.
Yeah, she don't want him to talk to the new baby mama. She don't want him to be involved in the new baby's life.
Oh, she's sick.
Ooh,
yes.
Wow.
The same way she was allowing him to do the threesomes for a little bit.
Like, I really wanted to smack the fuck out of her. Like, because I was just like, so wait, let me get this straight. Even though I feel like Michael Blackson ain't shit anyway, but you want that woman and her child to not have so that you can hold on to a nigga that has never fully been yours. Wow. Like,
delusional.
this is trash. Like, and I'm really hoping she gonna wake herself up, because she, like, literally, this is like the day after she had the fucking baby. So I think it might be hormones. Like, the way she was going off, I'm gonna give her a little grace. But
it's giving. I sent you the DM. Not him.
It's hard to give her the grace with everything that's been happening prior to that.
True.
And what she's opened up about with him disrespecting her and her opening up the relationship, let him do what he wants. Like,
he hurting her on purpose. That's another thing. When she said, everything I ask you not to do to me, you do. I said, oh, he doing it on purpose. But let's get back to Prank, because she crying.
I've been like staying off of social media and just like protecting my peace. But what I'm not about to do is let him deflect and make it about me. And make it seem like I was drunk or it was all my fault. That is not the case. I went to his house. First of all, I just moved into my new house, but I went to his house with the kids because I wanted the kids to have a good Thanksgiving with their dad. He's been gone for a month, hasn't seen them, hasn't called them, and he wanted to spend Thanksgiving with his kids. So I said, me and my cousin and my cousin's husband went over there. Okay, so there with my kids and her 3 kids, and we were prepping to cook the food for Thanksgiving. And I told him before I went over there, don't start nothing or I will take the food and I will continue cooking at my house.
Okay, hold up. Do y'all see this comment? You said a bunch of nothing because you were in fact drunk. I'm so sorry. What the fuck does that have to do? This is Thanksgiving. We're preparing food. This is the holiday. Who's sober right now? He's not sober. What does that have to do with him pulling a gun on his family? Everybody
in front of his children.
Oh
That's the tool that he's going to use. This reminds me of, I don't remember, a couple years ago, one of the times they separated. When he had left her, allegedly, he had went to the BET Awards in Vegas and he left her, and she came to social media and was talking about it. And I remember us saying something like, why does she always come to social media about it every time they break up? And I remember specifically saying, I feel like she does this because she probably only gets a reaction out of him, or she probably only gets what she wants when she feels like he's publicly shamed. And since we gonna stick on thing, this is 100% aligned with the way the narcissists move. They operate off of public perception and image. So that's why throughout all these years, she's been coming to us with the bullshit, because that's her only weapon. Her only weapon is his image. And he's going to gaslight the audience to believe, what he wants them to believe, which is, let's stick to she was drunk. What about you pulling the fucking gun out?
Crazy. Well, this was her continuing to express what happened.
When I left them with you, they found you naked in a bed with a woman. Will not take accountability for your actions, for pulling a gun out on me and my cousin's husband because I was trying to take my kids and leave your house. I agreed to come over there and cook for Thanksgiving because I wanted you to be around your kids with me present, because the last time I left them with you, they found you naked in a bed with a woman. And when I tried to ask you about it, you told me to fuck myself.
Whoa.
And that I don't run shit over there. So take accountability, right? Do better. Take yourself into rehab because you're more than drunk. You're not about to sit here and try and make me look crazy when I am the best mother since the day my kids were born. I've been the best mother and I'll take that because I am.
And I feel like you can't say that. I disagree with that, but I'm gonna leave her alone.
Everything I do for my kids, including being around you when I don't want to or have to. It's crazy. I'm not taking account. I'm going to continue to pray for you and pray that you get the help that you need. Leaving a gun around and leaving guns everywhere around your house is not okay. I did nothing to you to deserve that. My cousin's husband didn't do anything to deserve that, and never again.
And to say anything.
The thing, look, oh Lord, she's trying to ruin his reputation.
Who said that?
Somebody in this. Very first. Why is it always a woman? Oh Lord, she's trying to ruin his reputation. Shaking my head. I know you mad now, but he's still the father of your kids, and she's the mother who deserves respect. But this is terrible. So she ruined his image because she's talking about what he did on live. And what reputation? This nigga is on Zeus Network. What reputation?
She trying to ruin it when he the one that went live.
Like
he was already live, and then when it grabbed the doggone laptop so everybody could see. Like,
he was walking around with it as everything was happening. He was filming himself.
Her mind is gone. Her mind is gone. The way she allows him to mentally exhaust her is scary. Protect the children.
Yeah, because to me, I don't know how you think you're a good mom when you really, like, you're not taking it for what it is. Like, to me, you're still wrapped up in some type of cycle of abuse with him because you're not seeing him for who he is. If you know who he is, like, I see him, I would never want that nigga to be around my kids. Like,
never.
On the internet, just the shit I see on the internet. I wouldn't want you to be around my kids.
Did Frankie have the mommy or the daddy issues? It was the mommy issues.
I feel like both.
Was it? I thought it was the daddy.
The case as to why she keeps trying with the kids, thinking that that's what the kids want because she didn't have, but they really just need some stability, right? Some
not crazy as fuck.
Yeah. I feel like, honestly, I'm like, Prinky, I think you need to fall back because I feel like he's going to put you in a position to lose your kids. So,
I mean,
and then have his mama raise him.
That shit, and that's not gonna be better. That shit with Kai Sanat is the shit that really like blew me. Like the shit with Krishan, like that running around the house in his underwear and the kid, these are like,
and he was on hard.
Yes, they was like, why is Ray J on hard? Like, what's going on? Like to me, that type of stuff was good. He was always inebriated in these videos, which is
editorial as fuck.
I'm like, what do you mean? I want to get in the shower. I want to be. Everybody else showered with Kai. I want to shower with Kai. Like.
Yeah, you would never be around my children. Never. Never. Her mind is gone.
Yeah.
Extremely. So continuing on what we perceive to be narcissistic husbands, let's go ahead and get into Monique Samuels. Okay, Monique Samuels, because she's back on Real Housewives of Potomac this season, which we'll be getting into right after this. But I did want to get directly into her. I watched her lip service interview.
Same.
And it was a really good interview. I believe what she said. Like, I do believe that, why did I get married? I grew up in a household where people were married. My family, people were married. Like, that's usually why people get married. Because everybody in their family is, and that's what they're told to do. And then you're told to get a man that has something. You're not supposed to be getting with no broke nigga. Okay. She gets with this man. He is somewhat abusive, but more so like weaponizing incompetence and controlling of her. And she describes, like, when they get on the show, him doing shit like being supportive on camera, but then turning it off like cold as soon as they get off camera. She talked about him strangling her and picking her up off the floor onto the wall and people being around to see it. That's going to be in her book that's coming out Sunday, I think, which I'm going to read. Also, what else did she say? She didn't get, y'all, I'm back to her not getting any child support. She
Yeah, that's crazy.
filed for any alimony, just moved on with her life. He put this video out of her with that guy that she was dating who worked at the radio station, and she's not with him anymore. That was from 2023. She says she was close to a friend, and the friend sent the video because she sent the video to the friend, sharing it with the friend. The friend sends it to Chris eventually once the divorce is going on. And that happens a lot. Like, there are a lot of times that you will think a woman is your friend, but really she's more so the friend of your man. When you are with an abusive man, you have to be careful of that because they really will befriend your family and befriend your friends so that they could use them against you. So,
Yeah, and I think it's also okay. Well, let me say this. One of the things I think is very similar is like the perfect victim in a lot of these situations. So the way that I'm tying these situations together is Monique has in so many ways said that she's a hothead. And she didn't really show it to us too much on Potomac outside of that fight. But she's pretty much said that Princess is also like that too. And I think that what a lot of the narcissists try to, Chris, for example, in this situation, they hold on to the fact of, well, why are you doing this? Like, this is what's wrong with you. You shouldn't do this. And then it's something that's like unresolved in all of them. Like with Princess, everybody can clearly see that she was a hothead on the show. She got a temper. And that's what was Ray J's weapon of choice to be able to do whatever the fuck he wanted to do behind closed doors. And in this situation, I believe it's the same thing with Monique and Chris. Even when they was on Love and Marriage DC, when they was on Love and Marriage DC, I won't necessarily say Monique was a hothead, but when it came to them having conflict, Monique was seen as the aggressor between her and Chris. And that's because of the image that he worked up to allow her to look that way in public while she protected him and made him look good. And honestly, I think that that's what has happened in both relationships, like from parental figures. So we saw that obviously with the Norwood family. They've done that with Ray J until they couldn't protect his image no more. And we also saw that with Chris Samuel's mother on the show. She's an enabler. She saw Monique as a threat, not only because he had money, but he believes that he's a good guy, and he intentionally chose a partner that would protect that and help him do that. So that way he could do whatever the fuck he wanted to do behind closed doors and manipulate her, and then she ended up looking crazy. Exactly. So I can't wait to read this book, get into, the interviews, because it's high key scary. All of them are the exact same.
Yeah, I believe everything she said about Chris. Because although he did paint this image like he's just like the good guy, something was just always still off. And we kind of saw it if you paid attention on Potomac with how he kept trying to get her pregnant. It was like you knew she was over you and she was tired, but the only way to keep her around was to keep trying to impregnate her. And I feel like, and forgive me for kind of touching on her miscarriage because I don't know all the details, but I feel like she was stressed the fuck out with him. That's why she like,
And I don't want to say too.
No, go ahead, Necey.
Please expound. Please.
No, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. Y'all, I ain't gonna say that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was talking about just, him stressing her the hell out, Now there is an alternative where she could have did that shit herself, but I'm not gonna say I don't know.
Jami, that's where I'm going. But that's what I was going to say, but I didn't want to say
it was a rainbow baby though, right?
It was. However,
she wanted it. But y'all know how that go. I feel like once you like lose one, you low key be wanting it, even if you didn't want it before.
That's true. That's very, 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 very true. And she got her little man. But yeah, like he's whack. I mean, that's just what it is. And I'm surprised I'm surprised he hasn't tried to stop her because she said he don't even want this book out. He gives all of that type of energy, right? And I'm also wondering if he doesn't try to stop her from having it come out. If she brings it out and she says anything that he doesn't like, is he going to try to sue her? If he tries that, I just don't think that's fair, because she has a right to tell her side of the story and what she experienced in her marriage as well. And I mean, hey, listen, she ain't got to protect you no more. She's not your wife no more. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
And I feel like a lot of people, and this is what I used to get so upset about, and you know, somebody that everybody felt like defended Monique all the time, was like that thing where the marriage thing is just so like run of the mill. Like it literally is something that happens in almost every fucking marriage, that you get married because you thought it was a certain thing. You try to keep it up. You can't keep it up. You like, hey, husband, I can't keep this shit up. I need help. The husband is either going to try to muscle you into continuing to do that, or he's going to change and help you. That's usually the difference between being divorced by the time you get 40 and still being married by the time you get 40, is whether your husband is going to actually try. And most niggas don't try. And it's not because they like, because in my mind, physically, it feels like I wish I could stop being mad, but if I stop being mad, I lose. And I don't want to give up my power. And I feel like my power is from dominating you, from not giving you your way 100%. And I think that that's why a lot of times men won't grow. They won't try to fix the issues. But then all of a sudden, when a woman leaves, they have all of this energy for vengeance. They have more energy to get back at you for leaving than they did to try to keep you.
Thank you. And that's the textbook of narcissism. When they fuck up and the person, the wife in these situations, let me get off princess. The wife, Monique, in this situation was the cloak. She was protecting him. She was a veil. Once she left, the veil was lifted. So what he gonna do in this situation is do something to reinforce his goodness. Like, oh no, I'm a good guy. Oh no, I'm a good guy. Y'all, these niggas gonna go get braces.
Remember, he lost all that weight.
Enroll in grad school. Yep, lost all the weight.
New car. Okay, if they was riding around in the same raggedy car, they're gonna go get a new car. Now they got a sports car.
Because
now they
then
hair.
It's like, girl, what? You left that man with all that money for nothing, and he didn't disrespect. What? That's the point. That's the point.
When I tell y'all every day be, I didn't like, I told, I was telling, you know, people that follow me or whatever, that y'all know I love TikTok debates. And one of my favorite debates is like whenever the feminist chicks debate people for whatever topics. And there's a chick named Bella, and her name is Comrade on TikTok. And she's like my favorite. I've been watching her like a bunch. And one of the new topics that she put up there was divorce benefits men more than women. And the way men want to come up there and argue with this, but in the stats are that no, I don't know why y'all think everybody's getting alimony.
Marriage and divorce. Marriage and divorce benefit men more than women majority of the time.
The
majority, like overwhelming majority. Because then with the divorce, it's not only, a lot of times the men will wear the woman out to the point to where it's like, fuck it. I don't want nothing but my last name.
Yes.
Monique was with that man, had the 4 houses, didn't want the child support. She said, fuck it, I'm gone. That's all she wanted, right? And he just willy-nilly can start over, do whatever the fuck he want to do. He's seen as an eligible bachelor. And not only that, she talked about losing some of her friends because people project their own opinions on you based on what they saw and what she put together, which is why she fell out with her fucking friend. So in more ways than just
having to quit the radio job because the 1 week on, 1 week off shit wasn't working because that nigga was not, like, he wasn't capable. He wasn't taking care of them kids from jump like that.
It's 2 things I want to say real quick. One, the fact that she didn't take anything really should have been an indicator of just how tired his ass she really was. For a lot of people, you know. But the other thing, now I have a different thought about her quitting the job. Remember, they put out the narrative about her messing with a coworker. She had to leave. She said Chris put that narrative out there. I wonder if he got, once he learned that information, about her talking to the coworker, if he started to one, make it difficult, or if he was threatening her to where she was like, I don't even want to risk the station or myself. Let me go ahead and step away and preserve whatever the name that I do got. And she just fell back from it.
I can see that.
Yeah. And she is a Libra. And there is a level of, I'd rather just let it go than to do that with you. Like there is a lot, because y'all know I got a lot of Libra in my chart, and Lyric is a Libra. And we, there is a passive aggressive thing. But when we decide, the Libra in me, like when we decide that we don't want to deal with something, we're not dealing with it. And we're really okay with like just walking away. Because
very much Scorpio as well.
Huh?
I said very much Scorpio as well.
Yes, very much Scorpio as well. Child, me being a Gemini and a Libra, that's why I'm like the fucking worst for people. Bitch, I'm the worst. Okay, I can tell myself anything. Do you hear me? I can tell myself anything. But the book cover looked beautiful. It looks like it look like a book I would want to have in my library, girl. So I'm definitely gonna get into it. And I like the fact that she basically said she was single and she's not interested in dating right now, which tells me she's not with that nigga no more, which tells me that she thought that he was going through what she was going through, because she said, I was still living in the house, but we were separated. So she really wasn't fucking with her man. That's why it was easy for her to believe that he was going through the same thing that she was going through, but he was probably still fucking his wife.
For me, I still kind of disagree with that. It's possible though, but I do kind of disagree, because I feel like you can get a vibe off a man to know if they still rocking with who they with. You know what I'm saying? If you can't call at certain times, or they take forever to respond to a message or something like that, I feel like I don't see Monique as a dumb woman. I think she knew something was likely going on.
That's what I think too. I'm so sick. I think so too. But I think it also was at the point where it was like, I didn't been through so much. I didn't probably have this same
inside.
That's what
You're like, you know what? I don't even want to know. This man say he's separated. Let me see what he hit for.
And she wasn't expecting this to get out. She wasn't expecting nobody to learn. But even if you're sharing it with your best friend, your mama, she wasn't expecting this to get out at all. So she thought it was just gonna be something private she could do real quick and just move on, until it got in the hands of Chris. And imagine that looming over your head for like 2 years, that I'm gonna put this out. And then this is why I really believe her when she says that he did it. When Monique came back to the show that week that her show premiered, those videos dropped. And I was like,
the video dropped when she said that they had sex, and she said, you will never be able to enter me again. That's what you're talking about, right?
No, you know what? I think
first week
they picked up. Yeah, it wasn't the week that she entered. It was the week that Kay approached her talking about the situation. Then later on, she opened up. Yes,
it was the week that she said what she said about Chris. So it very much was like, let me unload the clip, since you didn't said, whatever you said about me on the show.
And I think for me, she got to enter it on some shrug your shoulder, Ash. She has to enter it like, it is what it is. Did that. We all make mistakes. We make decisions. We may not like them. We move forward. And you really just got to go out there and just face the music, because he's been hanging this over your head. Didn't want you to come back to the show because his goal was to drop this anyway. It finally comes out and it's just like, and also, let's go through it. And since he want to do that, yeah, expose him. Expose him. This is what he did. Since you want to play them games, I got better games I can play.
Yeah, especially if you've been putting your hands on that lady, because her fucking the married lion nigga. Because at the end of the day, he's still a married lion nigga.
He is a married lion nigga for sure.
Okay,
for sure.
That marriage probably was gonna be over, or whatever was going. It was gonna be any woman. It wasn't. It didn't have to be her. It was gonna be.
It probably was.
Listen, it was probably several women. But I feel like what people don't understand is like when you really are going through a divorce and you're like trying to go through it, that shit have you on a low. And one of the only ways a lot of times women will feel better about themselves when you going through shit like that is by feeling desired by somebody else and getting your back broke. And it's not always for forever, but I need to feel good right now because the nigga done made me feel so low that the first person that's halfway attractive that, is giving me any type of energy that I would want to receive right now, I'm going to take that shit. And it's just gonna be what it is. I do feel like on some level it is that. And honestly, I just be feeling like, girl, you know when your husband a hoe. But you know, if other people want to be upset at Monique for that, that's their prerogative, right? You know, sanctity of marriage and all of this shit. But me personally, I feel like nobody's supposed to respect your marriage more than you. So
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah,
that,
that's
but I still think she
That's
knew. But it is what it is. What a sigh of relief though to have that video drop and it ain't even that big of a deal.
right. Because now we focused on
you
Mr.
choke that
Samuel. We on you now, sir.
which it was gonna always fly back to you because you too like, okay, so here's the thing. You can't hide how thirsty and desperate you are to bother her or to upset her. Because as a man, there is no fucking reason you should be connected to this many housewives.
Nope.
You talking to Kiarna, you're talking to Cookie, you're talking to Stacy, you're
Fucking
talking
Katie
to
Ross threw me off. Katie?
Katie, you're talking to fucking Katie? My God.
These are the reasons why I just don't feel like, and I know we'll get to Potomac, but I just don't feel like Ashley is Monique's friend. I'm sorry. Monique, I just really think you
like
gonna
her.
find yourself in a situation where, you know, it's that right there. You know, you are more of a friend to her than she is to you. Because I just feel like if y'all, and maybe they're not really as close, right? Maybe that's the assumption that I'm having, right? Because I would think that Ashley knew that Monique does not rock with Cookie. Based on the things Cookie said, because in that virtual reality, Monique said that Cookie was going around telling folks that she was I guess Chris' side chick or something like that. She was messing with Chris and stuff.
Chris' side chick? Cookie.
And I said when they first showed her on the screen, I was like, she acting like Chris her man. Like, why is she acting all shocked that he was, you know?
Cookie said that Cookie herself was Chris' side chick.
Yeah, something like that. She was messing around with Chris.
Not
Something like
Aretha
that Monique
Franklin.
said in her virtual
No
reality.
shade to Aretha. I mean, she looks like a good value Aretha, a
And
sweaty
so
ass
Chris
Aretha.
and Monique cut her off. Like they just stopped talking to her, stopped fooling with her altogether. So she's like, it's not that I don't like her, I just don't trust her. And you can see that energy off Cookie when she first comes in. Like she gives that untrustworthy energy. And for me, it's just like, Ashley, you kind of brought this lady on the show. Knowing that you cool with Monique and Monique don't rock with her.
Yeah. I mean, she's messy as fuck. I left her alone. I just told her, hey, bro, I asked her, I said, so how things going with Giselle? She said, it's cool so far. I say, bro, don't trust that lady. Don't trust that lady, bro. Don't get comfortable trusting that lady. Okay. Please don't fall back into feeling like you need to be cool with them hoes. But
she is though. She is. Even in the interview.
She has to, in a sense.
I feel like she need to check. She need to get back on the show. She need that type of like financial security. And she's cool, but I feel like, you know, girl, can I curse this person out right quick?
Please.
Uh-oh.
Brianna Love, sweets, come to the front. Let's talk. What do you mean women hate accountability? What do you think accountability is? What do you think accountability is? I just because
before you ask that, before you go into the spiel, I have a question for them. Have you watched more interviews by Monique than just what you've seen this past week?
Shit, watch our interview on Jami channel.
If you have not, then I don't think that was fair to say. And I'm a person that's indifferent to Monique a lot.
Yeah, I know. I'm biased. Jami is not, and Necey
Me
is
either.
Yeah.
No,
you remember my season 5 views? I like her as a person.
On the husband shit though. That's what I'm on the Christian.
Oh.
But she's talked about that. But of course, I feel like you got to watch her interviews to know that she talked about that. Like at the very top of the year.
You're not answering questions. You're just commenting one-liners. Got it. I mean,
sure. That's what you're doing.
So you're a troll. So you're not really trying to have a conversation. Okay, that's great. And that's fine. We can just ignore that. Ooh. But no, her interviews really did give you more insight. And I do feel like what everybody was feeling was like the image thing, like trying to protect the image. But what I feel like we're understanding now is that that's not just about her. That was also about him. And with the pressure that he was putting on her to look a certain way. And so even if she did want to say or be more honest, I have to be cognizant of the fact that I have to deal with this big ass nigga when I get home.
Yeah. But I feel like a little bit of was that a little bit of that was her even before Chris, and she overdid it with Chris. She did an interview at the top of the year where she kind of talked about all of that and where she had to recognize things about herself because she also had her own faults and stuff.
Yes.
So that's why it's like, I'm a person that's indifferent to her, but I can't say that part because it's like, I mean, she kind of do take accountability. I think it depends on what y'all think it's supposed to look like.
Y'all want people to blame, like you want her to lash herself or something to make you feel good. But this is a fucking divorce. Like it's not murder. Like it's not rape, girl. It's a divorce. Like a lot of the times I feel like y'all want women to take the same accountability that we ask men to take, but women at large are not doing the same amount of damage that men are doing to women. And even in this situation, as we're talking about Monique, who did not ask for child support. She had 3 big fucking kids for that ignorant ass nigga and did not ask for child support. I don't want to hear anything bad about this lady right now. Because to me, was she like the way she was willing to bet on herself? I don't care what nobody talking about. That's respectable. To literally say, I would rather have my peace than to fight with him. I respect women like that. And I feel like at the end of the day, I feel somewhat vindicated in how I see her because nobody's perfect, but that does say a lot about the type of person that I am, that I would rather just go ahead and walk away than to fight you and keep going back and forth. Now, in this portion of her life, after I've already said no child support, I've already let you off. I ain't asked for shit. I took what it said, and you know, she doing better than Todd. She just took she the one who had the fucking kids. This lady could have died having them 3 fucking kids, okay? Todd ain't push out not one baby from the tip of his dick. And here he is asking for full custody, child support probably, and asking to argue with a prenup. Monique said you could have it. I'm good. I'm gonna just go on and take my kids and we're gonna be fine. And y'all,
gonna be all right.
Like, she could have been saying something about Chris. Like in these past 2 years since she been divorced, she's just not coming out saying something about him.
Like y'all, and then she did it the right way, like in a book. Like books are the best way.
But keep in mind, to me, I feel like, yeah, that's it. She could have been sprayed him. I feel like she kind of is responding in a sense a little bit because of the stuff that's been happening behind the scenes. I kind of feel like it's a response versus getting SHI started. I think if people would have continued to play nice with co-parenting, not try to hang stuff over her head, I honestly think she would have continued to be quiet and not say anything about it. Really,
he's acting a fool. How many times we need to see him pop up with a bitch on Real Housewives of Potomac? Like, that's weird, y'all. That was weird when he popped up with Sharice.
It's flexing. It's an intimidation tactic and a flexing of, I still have some type of tie or control. Like I could touch you because narcissists never want. The worst thing you could do to a narcissist is completely leave. You don't give them access to your emotion, just leave. Which is why I think Monique didn't ask for nothing, ain't said nothing over the past 2 years. Him coming around to her place of work is just to flex, like, you still got to deal. Which is why she said co-parenting has been hell. I believe it.
Yeah, definitely. He probably made it hard. That's why she had to quit that fucking job, because he was gonna make it hard for her. He was making it hard for her before by not helping.
But this is the thing that fucking sucks, is that she spent how long was they married? 13 years, 12 years, something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
10 years. She spent all that time in her marriage protecting his image so well, to the point to where the shit that's happening, majority of people ain't even gonna believe. They ain't even gonna believe, and they gonna try to say you wrong or you caused him to lash out in a way that's unbeknownst to them. Like it's not aligned with how they know him, because she worked to create that image for him. It's sick.
Narcissists don't co-parent, they counter-parent. Damn.
Don't they?
That's
Don't they?
right there. That was a line. That was a bar, bitch.
They do.
Chris Mama equals Mama Joyce. Yikes. That's a perfect segue. I was gonna go into Real Housewives of Potomac, but I low-key feel like we can go into Kandi and Todd. But I would like to say to Brianna, like, girl, why is your name Brianna Love? I hope that's your real last name, because there's no love. There's no love, girl. Women like you, y'all don't really love yourselves. That's why y'all say shit like this about other women.
I feel bad for her. Somebody raised her up to think like that about women.
It's terrible because to me, even if you did, even to me, it's the one thing I ask of all of y'all that feel like, oh, you know, Monique's some homewrecker. Can you please go in that man's comments and talk to him? Because that's one thing y'all never gonna do. Y'all
Yeah, I don't
always
think she a
gonna find an
homewrecker.
issue with a woman, but y'all never gonna say nothing to the man. Y'all are never gonna care about the man. Y'all are not in no videos talking about how that man ain't shit. But y'all gonna be somewhere talking about how the woman wasn't making sure that the man wasn't cheating. Like it's weird. It's weird. Y'all infantilize these niggas. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all do that. Women pretend to be more moral than men, but the moral are never present when it's time to be moral. Can I please? Like, I don't even want to argue with you because I feel
Yeah,
like
nah, that's
you're full of
next.
shit.
Next.
Like, yeah, like you know, do what you want to do and go suck a dick. Let me help you with that morality. Let me help you with that morality, because you know people just be saying stupid shit. Like you're not even really saying nothing. Morality, man. Suck a dick. Suck a dick. I don't like you. Get out of my comments. I'm old now. I don't have to have people here if I don't like them. So Kandi Burruss discovered Todd Tucker was talking to other women behind her back before a split. She had no idea. You guys, Kandi has been making me so sad. Like, oh my God, this was the last post that she posted. Hold up.
What's up, y'all? I just wanted to say thank you to every single person that texted, to send a DM, a message, called, just showed love to me in any way. I appreciate you. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful for all the love. I've just been rehearsing, and obviously this is a crazy time. And, you know, the other day, it just, I guess, I was having a moment, but I'm thankful to you guys. I'm back to being my normal tourist self. So I'm just, you know, moving forward and looking for, you know, the sun to come out. How about that? But I'm looking forward to all the good days. And today was a good day. It was a great day in rehearsal. Today was a good day. And so for everybody that's tried to call me today, but I was in rehearsal, don't be worried. I'm okay. I'm okay. All right. Love you, y'all.
So yeah, y'all. It's been so many clips out about Todd, and I just feel like this is just I hate like every time y'all prove us right. Like we don't be wanting to be right about these things, and y'all just always proving us right. Like why y'all gotta be like this, son? Like Todd, you really could have just, even if you was a cheater, son, you could have just, all right, let's separate, let's do 1 week on, 1 week off, not asking for full custody. Like that to me, that was just like why? For what?
Very
You
hurtful.
Yes, it's very hurtful. And now you're gonna fight the prenup, even though you know that that lady made sure that you were sure about that prenup before y'all got married, because you were the one that was trying to drag it for the exact reason to act as if you had some reasonable doubt in if you were being rushed at the last minute. So on top of like him doing these things that make us look at him like that's so fucked up, because Kandi already filed and Kandi didn't ask for that. Kandi asked for joint. Kandi asked to just uphold the prenup, which you agreed to. And to me, this is where niggas come in and you could tell the entire time they was hating on you, because this is how they decide to do you at the end, right? They don't uphold it. They don't uphold the respect. They just say, fuck you. Like you didn't make their life magic. Like they wasn't just a regular, degular, schmegler ass nigga somewhere with a big head and little shoulders. And you made them special because nobody gave a fuck about them until they were connected to you. That is so sad. And now, former Real Housewives of Atlanta husband Todd Tucker opens up about support system while navigating divorce from Kandi Burruss. Says he's going through a tough moment. He has used his mom. He has used his friend that is doing a lot of charity work and is running for office. Like he's doing a lot of things to get brownie points. But here it says, speaking on his friend's support, Todd continued, I started my day by the pool and somehow ended the night on the campaign trail with him and his team as he steps into politics. Grateful for a friend who inspires, motivates, and always remembers to give back. While Kandi and Todd initially tried to take the high road, he's been asking for all this shit, and now he's using his friend And also this is giving hoochie daddy, right? It's giving shopping for coochie. Look at my beard. I'm naked on the beach. I have friends who still have money. I'm on the beach. And then he's with Sebastian Bastion, who is running for office and doing all of this charity work. So then that makes it look like you have friends who are good people and you're not just a dog ass nigga. And then, your mom passed away. So you talked about her and, oh my God, my mom, and yeah. So all of that is to remind us of Todd not being a terrible person while Todd is doing terrible shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I seen a lot of the comments say if he asking for full custody, get a kid soon. And hockey, I couldn't agree.
That's what I said.
I could not agree. It's like, well, what do I say? I don't even know if I want to say full, not full, but primary. Yes. Give it to him, because and it's not to say that it's gonna be that way forever. It's on some, I think that you should call his bluff type shit.
Yes,
you should call his bluff, because in reality, I don't think he wants to have his 2 kids more
all
than
the time
Kandi
like that.
all the time. He wants it for the check.
Especially
correct, because that's exactly why I don't think he should get the kids. Because you already trying to nickel and dime this prenup, so you're gonna try to also get her for child support.
I don't think he's gonna get it. Kandi already did exactly what we told her to do through the screen, which means she already was low-key prepared for this by being able to pull that footage to show no, I did everything I was supposed to do with that prenup. And also I feel like she could pull up Riley saying that neither one of them are really home a lot. I know a lot of you hoes on the internet seem to think that Todd was always with the children while Kandi was gone. But Todd would be out of town with her, and Todd would be out of town doing his own shit a lot as well, taking trips and all of that.
Yeah, they hired help.
Yes,
in one of the videos,
family.
In one of the videos, they were sitting down talking, and I think this is the video where he was talking about her surgeries. He knew she had surgeries and was asking her, "Babe, have you ever had lipo?" And then she brought it up, and in the video, she says the baby's crying, and they both sit there. The baby starts crying because somebody else upstairs taking care of the fucking baby.
Which is what she said. She said they both have, things that require them to both travel and be away from the kids, but they had a nanny. And so for him to try to play her out like that, as if she's going to be so busy, I think that's another thing that's pile on to, that's hurting her. I also question, one, yes, Ty obviously didn't want the marriage if he was acting any kind of way, but at the same time, I don't think he wanted Kandi to file. And I feel like since she filed, I feel like we've seen on the show where Todd shrug his shoulders and when he's not getting his way on something. Well, I don't care. Then let it be like that. Then let it. And that's all I'm seeing play out. That's what typically happens though. When a woman files for the divorce, even though the guy is not respecting the marriage and the woman wants out, they start acting out. And I can't get you with my I don't care antics, which led up to this moment. So now I'm going to get you in other ways. Let me get primary custody. I don't believe that I signed this prenup under the best intentions. Let me try and go here to see what I can get out of that. It's sad. It's a lot. I hope this divorce does not drag on though.
Same.
Yeah, it really is giving scammer. You know who I want to hear from? I want to hear from Mama Joyce. That's who I want to hear from. But I fear that she gonna irk the fuck out of me, because it sucks to be going through a divorce. But to be going through a divorce and your mama is Mama Joyce on some I told you so.
I told you so.
It's like you can't even really complain about the shit you want to complain about. Like, oh my gosh, can you believe he filed for primary? Because her mama every step of the way is gonna be like, yeah, I believe it.
Though accustomed the life of which I have become accustomed to, reminding her of that shit. And listen, the thing about it is, even though Mama Joyce was right, Mama Joyce was not right. Like, Mama Joyce is the reason why Kandi would be in that situation anyway, because Kandi doesn't know when people are playing in her face because her mama is mean to her. When your mom is playing in your face, disrespecting you, talking to you crazy, and you have to always acknowledge, oh, my mom loves me, even though she hurts me. The way that translates in relationships is, even though this person is hurting me, they can still love me because they're my husband and we're in a relationship. It's the same thing with Mama Joyce. Mama Joyce was terrible to Kandi. And it wasn't just Todd that she was jealous of. She didn't like Carmen. She didn't like Don Juan. Like anybody that was close to Kandi, that Kandi preferred, she didn't like any of those people. Okay. So it just always felt like you just wanted Kandi all for yourself. And I don't feel like Kandi should regret her decision to marry and have this experience because she needed to. She was still very young when they got together. She had 2 more children. She was able to experience being a wife, which she never had before. She was able to experience being married to the man while having 2 children. Like she was able to experience things that she did not get to experience the first time around. It didn't work out. He ended up being a snake. It's fine. You're Kandi. You're probably going to do better without him now that you don't have somebody almost low-key sabotaging everything by cutting corners and being cheap. Because that's what Todd does. Todd cuts corners and acts cheap like niggas do. Right? I don't know if y'all pay attention to this, but men, no matter how much money they have, will be cheap as fuck in comparison to the women that might have the money or that they're married to. Jeff Bezos. His wife giving to a whole bunch of charities in a way that I don't think he ever did. I literally just went to a book, I forget what you call it, but my friend had a get together, a party for this artist that put out a book that was basically the history of all of these Black hotels and places that people stayed from the 1700s to now, Black owned hotels, motels, lodging, that type of thing. And it's a book about that. And one of the things was that what's your boy name from BET? Bob Johnson. Bob Johnson was supposed to be in the book. But because Bob Johnson refused to help aid, but his wife did. And after everything he did to his wife, the guy who's the author of the book was like, well, I'll just take Bob Johnson out of the book since you helped me. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like another example of how the women, when they have the money, they are way more helpful and charitable than the men, who really just use the money for them to stand on, because I feel like a lot of times really rich men have low self-esteem. So standing on money makes them feel better about themselves, and giving it to anybody means I have less money to stand on.
Somebody asked in the comments whether there was a baby on the way. Is that true? I don't think that was true. It looked like it was an AI picture, but Funky Dineva did say that Ty had a vasectomy a few years ago, so he ain't got nobody pregnant. That's what Funky said. He was like, he didn't know if he was supposed to share that information, but that's that. He said a few years ago he got a vasectomy, but he did also say that the woman's name starts with an H, and she might be being exposed by next week, because if he got the information, he feels like somebody else probably gonna put it out there by the time they get it.
The woman's name. So what, this is girlfriend or something?
I don't know. I don't know how long
it is a girl. I mean, I think there are girlfriends. There's also a rumor that he started fucking with one of the girls that they was doing threesomes with. I don't know if that's true. But it, who knows, child. You gave a segue, and I'm just gonna follow the segues, girl. I'm gonna follow the energy of the show. Let's go ahead. Okay, so we wish Kandi the best. We're rooting for Kandi.
Absolutely.
I am Team Kandi.
Yes.
Okay, girl. So we got your back on the internet. Okay, hugs through the screen, because you make me sad every time I see you up here.
She looks so sad. She looks so sad.
Because I know it was genuine. And I also know that you can't trust niggas that color their beard. And I don't know how many times I can say that to people. I know they don't believe me and they have to learn it on their own. But it's just one of them things. It's just I'm sorry, y'all. It's one of them things. So let's get into the video. Dineva and Tamar of it all. Hold up, let me get off of the Jasmine brain, because they be clipping shit too hard. Like, why are you clipping shit this hard? 5-second clips, really, bitch? What's going on? Oh my god,
carousel goes.
Yeah, like stop.
I didn't even think about that. The clip.
It's obnoxious. To add. Oh my god. Okay, let me just go to Funky's page, because bitch, don't be common. Okay, don't be common. Everybody's mad at Funky Dineva. There is a subset of Black women on the internet that really hate him. And oh yeah, girl.
Yeah.
It's some people out there that really hate him, and they see this situation as Funky Dineva fucking over Tamar instead of seeing Tamar as a weird narcissistic personality that likes to ingratiate herself with people and use them. And then when they don't do what she wants them to do, she discards them. Because y'all know about my girl, Ashley Shy Miller, right? Y'all know about Ashley, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. Okay. So Ashley talked about this on her TikTok about her relationship with Tamar and how Tamar and her had a tumultuous situation as well.
What?
Yes, girl. A whole TikTok she did about it. I'm gonna play it for y'all too. But first of all, I was trying to find a good picture of Tamar's, Tamar and Funky Dineva, but we can just get into it. So y'all remember what happened with Tamar, right? Tamar was she said she put out there that she had woken up in a puddle of blood and missing teeth, and everybody was like, girl, what the fuck is going on? But the next day we saw her out at a club appearance looking like nothing was wrong with her at all. Everybody was confused. But right before that came out, stories about her and Mendices being seen out on the streets were coming to the blogs. And she was already working on this project. I'm about to share my screen. She was working on this project with Mendices, and she decided to put it out ahead of time. I believe she put it out ahead of time, which showed Mendices being a love interest. But to me, she was doing exactly what Aaron Pierre and Tiana Taylor were doing, right? Tamar, even though she's a great vocalist, she's a copycat ass bitch. She's a copycat ass bitch. And I think that she saw what Tiana and Iman did by fusing art with real life. And I think she decided to do the same thing because I think that narcissistic personalities like to play faces like Diddy. Y'all like to,
I feel like it was backwards.
What?
Like
you think it happened after?
I think that she was already fucking around with him and people was about to find out. So she decided to use her art to confuse everybody.
Well, that's what I said.
Oh, that's what you said. But I thought she was saying like
I'm drunk.
No, I thought you were saying like with Tiana and Aaron, everybody speculated that they was together, so they decided to do the art to basically like hard launch their relationship.
But
I don't think Tamar was trying to hard launch. I think that
No, that's a hard their relationship was already out for a while before that. I'm not saying that was to hard launch the relationship. I'm saying it was to play in our face. Like, okay, so if people have already seen them like out, I think it was a thing of I want to play in everybody's face. I want to show y'all this person that I'm fucking around with, but then put it in this film so y'all won't really know that this is really happening. That's what I
see
mean.
each other. We see each other.
Yeah. Because you said exactly what I said. Like,
you only know that I was
okay. Thank you, Jami, for sending me the shit. Okay, because it's so many.
Since you know,
it's so many because I gotta see what color T-shirt this nigga had on in order to know which one we need to use. Okay, so I have been around Funky. I know how. I've only been around Funky partying maybe like two times maybe, and I know how he parties and how he likes to get down. First of all, if Funky is getting fucked up, he's not paying attention to anybody else enough to knock their teeth out. Like, I'm gonna just say that. Like that's not how he get down. Also, he is a spirit that has everything he needs for the most part. So a lot of what he does is low key. Like, money, boats and shit, but it's a small amount of people. It's not a whole bunch of people when he does shit. And I've been down to the bar where the Honda cars be. That is a hole in the wall, regular ass spot that he will go to every night because he really is a chill type of personality. The nigga got his money. He, like, when people was talking about, he did this for clout, I was like, Funky Dineva doesn't need clout from Tamar. Funky Dineva goes viral. He doesn't need clout from Tamar. So this is not why that happened. When he said, I tried to love you, bitch, I believe he actually did. I think people don't see Tamar for who she really is because she's like a wounded baby bird. People see her for her pain a lot of the times. They see her for her talent, but they don't recognize how manipulative she is. So I'm going to play Funky shit, and then we're going to go visit Ashley Shy Miller's TikTok so y'all can see what Ashley said.
Who happened and what happened to your damn teeth is Mendices and his best friend, because they was the ones who went upstairs with you. Now, I don't know whether they was fucking your ass from the back and ran your head through the headboard or what, okay? But if anybody need to be investigated on what happened to you in your damn teeth, it need to be Mendices and his friend, because that's who went upstairs with you. That's who went upstairs with you.
Okay.
You want to be like this? Let's be like this.
So
part of the problem with this whole thing was, Tamar, is that I was never comfortable with the relationship.
I changed the channel. What is going on? Okay, I was on. My bad. Okay. So that was basically the gist of what he said. He came out and said she was fucking Mendices. I was on dates with them. So when you understand that Tamar invited Funky Dineva out several times, and when they go out, Mendices and his homeboy just shows up. What's happening here is, I know he's married. We don't want people to think we're really together. So we ask a group of people to come out with us. Then on top of that, I'm going to bring Funky Dineva with me for a plethora of reasons. First of all, Tamar is the type of person that I'm going to pretend like I like you until I can have an opportunity to make you feel like shit. Because I heard what you said about me, bitch. I'm going to pretend to be your friend. I'm going to act like I can take what you say on the chin. I'm going to befriend you. And then at the right moment, I'm going to fuck over you. Whenever I get the opportunity, I'm going to get you back for whatever you said about me. Tamar, to me, was low-key playing in Quentin's face by even asking him to be there when she was doing this type of shit.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? What were you waiting for him to tell on you so that you could say, look how much of a snake he is? When, bitch, why would you even invite a blogger to go out with you while you cheat with another famous?
Trying to incriminate, because she was gonna weaponize it. To your point, him being a blogger, that putting him in that scenario, one was to incriminate, but also weaponize. Because then if some shit came out, it would be like, oh, I thought we were friends. Why would you do this? But also have him feel like, oh, well, you knew Yandy was married. And, you know, he got connections to Yandy and all them very closely. So I know, that was to incriminate, for him to keep the secret.
Right.
And for her to get at Yandy to let her know. I think she was tired of kind of being a secret a little bit. Like,
that's another thing. Kind of wanting it to come out to force him to leave Yandy or force that public knowledge to happen. Because I'm Tamar Braxton. Who the fuck is Yandy Smith? And you got me sneaking around like I'm not better. I'm not bigger than this bitch. I low-key feel like that's why she asked him to be in a project, as a way of letting everybody know in some type of way what was going on, because it's very hard for people to keep lies, y'all. I know y'all don't believe this, but it's very hard for people to lie. That's why you find that people that do like really fucked up things tell on themselves in different ways on social media and their art. They will tell on themselves because it's hard to keep that shit a secret. So the way this all started, and I'm sorry I skipped this part because I don't care to sit there and listen to her lie to L'Oreal and L'Oreal to help guide the conversation for her to lie. But she sat down with L'Oreal and she basically once again is mentioning, I threw somebody who I thought was a friend a party. First of all, stop it. Nobody is really friends with Tamar. If you think you are really friends with Tamar, you will eventually find out, no. Tamar views you as somebody that she wants to be a minion. She's going to love bomb you, but she wants you to be a minion. And as soon as you stop being a minion, you are no longer useful. Her, Nene, like they, all of them, you know, Portia, they have the same personality types. They don't have real friends like that because they are people that want to feel like they are dominating over their friends. We saw that with Nene and Cynthia a lot. But anyway, so because Funky saw her talking about him and throwing that shade about, you know, throwing a party, I don't need you to throw me a party. If the party was for me, why was your name on the lights? Why was your name on the letters? Why are you dragging Quentin into this party? I know how Quentin looked when he won a party. That's not how Quentin looked when he won a party. Okay. He looked like he didn't want to be there. So when he said, I didn't even want to be there, I said, yeah, I could tell you didn't want to be there, because when Quentin is having a good time, he is down for the party. Okay. So you could just kind of tell he didn't even really want to be there. And that I think she was pressuring him to be there so that she could like be like, oh, look, I was out with Quentin. I was out with this person. I'm really out with Mendices, but y'all won't know this. Either way, I get to play in everybody's face. So him saying this shit
they ever had with your ass.
This was terrible. But I low-key agreed. And a lot of Black women was in my comments saying that Funky is the same person that Tamar is. And I'm like, is he?
Something about the way they raised you or didn't raise you got you fucked up. And on top of that, I'm going to take it a step further. You may not want to believe it, and your family may be in denial. There is something psychiatric with you. I tried to love you, bitch.
That I tried to love you, bitch, took me the fuck out. Also, he called her common for a very long time as well. Which I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all she is. And that's what Trina was doing. When Trina separated Tamar from Tony and said, "You're Tony Braxton," that was the reminder that she is a gutter snipe and you are not. So don't stoop to her level. And I know we were mad at Trina because essentially Trina, like you're the sister. Like you're not supposed
Like,
to
why would
feel
you say
like
that? You're not a fan.
but at the same time, in real life, you know when your people is gutter snipes. Like, bitch, you know she ain't. Well, why you even gonna go down on that level with her? You know how she get down. Don't even stoop to that level with her. That was the first time we ever seen Tony raise up on somebody. Tony was like in her face, like that is like, bitch, don't fuck with Tony Braxton. I was like, whoa.
All it took was to mention a man's name.
Okay, Jami. Because I'm telling you, Birdman got her like that.
Oh, and who was she texting? She said she was texting Birdman in the bed before she woke up in a pool of blood. She was texting Brian.
Oh, she said that?
She said, I was texting Brian. Let me pull it up, girl, because I saw it. I've been drinking this wine.
Low
That's
key.
what she said in that interview.
Yes. Where's
when
Lori?
Tony pulled up on Tamar, I ain't gonna lie, it reminded me when Cynthia had kicked Portia in the chest. And you remember that season, Cynthia really only had to smoke for everybody because Peter was hyping her up. Like, he was hyping her up, and I feel like that's how Tony feel with Birdman. Like, yeah, that's how I feel.
Oh, and I feel like Birdman purchased her as well.
I am.
Let me see. Because I feel like what these niggas do, and Diddy taught me this better than anybody, what they do is that they wait for you to need them. And you're going to need them because you're an artist. And artists often need somebody with money to come and save them because of the way record companies fuck over artists. And then also Tony is an aging artist with a sickness that can only perform so much. And the way artists make money now is through performances. I can't keep performing like this. And Birdman has been waiting on the sidelines, rubbing his fucking hands together like a creep, just waiting for the opportunity to come and marry her so that he can financially provide something for her. And he can also say that I, Brian, Birdman, Bubba, Beatrice, I am married to the Tony Braxton. Because let's not forget, when these niggas were nobody, when these niggas was running drugs and their pants was sagging and they was running from the police, Tony Braxton was on a Soul Train. You know what I'm saying? Tony Braxton is on the Boomerang soundtrack and all of that shit. So y'all have to remember that these niggas pedestalize these women, and having money means being able to purchase these women. I'm not mad at her about
Mendice's marriage.
Say that again?
I hope it's a Yandy and Mendice's marriage.
Open.
Oh, like not real?
No, not real.
Not real?
You mean not real?
Like legally.
It's real though.
Right.
I think, legally it's real. Hers and theirs are not real. I think the saving grace is probably that his dick don't work. Like, baby. But let's hear what she said. Hold up. She agrees. That's not the part. Hold up. Because I wanted to go to L'Oreal, to go to her page and make sure I pulled it.
I think it was up right above that. It said what happened at night? Right there, the yellow hair.
Yeah.
Are you aware?
This is lime green, and I'm not gonna lie, it's terrible, but I'm gonna let it go.
Aware of what really happened to you?
No, I'm not.
Or can you talk about?
I can talk about it, but I'm not aware of what really happened to me.
Yeah.
All I know is that I went to a friend's birthday party. I gave a friend a birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
You thought was your friend?
Well, we ain't even gonna touch on that.
Yeah.
I came home like I would normally do. Well, you kind of know the spiel. I come home, I'll take a shower, I'll wash my face, I'll come back in the kitchen. We'll have, have more cocktails.
I know how it goes.
Or have some food.
Yeah.
And congregate until everybody leaves. And the last person left. And one of my friends was just a little too intoxicated to drive, which is fine. My third bedroom is very iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to stop right there because I keep stopping at this moment because it's a moment she's lying. Jami, tell me if I'm right. Didn't she just move into this house? She was living with her mama for a minute and talking about how she didn't feel safe nowhere. So she didn't even really have a place until recently.
That's what I thought she said on the show.
Yeah. So why is it that she acting like, oh, my third bedroom is iconic? Like people have been repeatedly staying there when she's only been there for a hot minute. So that's why another thing, like I be peeping like the little seedlings of shit that sound like
I peeped it. I peeped earlier than that. She was lying. When she said the first thing she said was I can talk about it, but I still don't know what happened. That was lie number one.
Yes.
Lie number two was when she started talking. Oh, lie number two was a distraction. She said, I threw a friend a birthday party and then started laughing. The laughing was to try, like, she was doing things to try to get the girl in agreement as she talked.
Right.
And then the next thing she said was,
we ain't even gonna get into that.
yes. She said, you know the spiel. She said, you know the spiel. Bitch, you've been telling people something has happened to you. When you're given the floor to walk us through, you know, A through Z, what the fuck happened at night, you're gonna come to us talking about you know the spiel. Do you know the spiel? Because what did you tell us? Do you know what really happened, or have you been telling us different versions of whatever the fuck you want to tell?
Right.
Yeah, she's lying.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her finish.
You always like, yo, L, you ain't got a job.
Yeah.
You can stay right here.
Yeah, it's very iconic. So actually, me and Brian was texting each other while I was watching Real Housewives of Orange County, and I fell asleep.
So you and Brian, B. Bubba, Beatrice were rubbing y'all feet together, texting each other about a housewife show. I can believe it.
And when I woke up to my friend shaking me like, Tay, are you okay? Are you okay? What's going on? I'm calling I'm calling an ambulance. I was like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
And then when I came to, it was like teeth and blood all over the place.
So what I can see her doing is, and I noticed this with Diddy in his documentary too. When people are lying, I can tell that they're trying to calm themselves. I can see the effort to appear calm while they're saying what they're saying, which is literally in opposition to how they might say anything else that's true. In this moment, I'm going to talk a little slower. I'm going to talk a little lower. I'm going to talk closer to the mic.
I'm gonna laugh.
Yes, conscious effort to, like, you know what I mean, in a difference to what they're saying. But I peeped her with that shit. I'm gonna let her finish.
You just don't remember anything.
I do not.
I
do not.
Scary.
I do not.
So did you look at the friend like, hey, did you do something to me? Well,
no, that person wasn't capable. That person was mortified.
How do you know?
So, hello. Thank you, Jami. Thank you. How do you know? ¿Qué sepa?
Yeah.
Mortified. Yeah.
So that's so crazy. And I'm sure you've run through your mind.
Yeah, I went to the hospital to try to figure it out because I was in excruciating pain.
So don't call don't call the ambulance. Don't call the cops. But I'm gonna go to the hospital to see what's going on.
Because the pain was excruciating.
She went out the same night that this all came out. She was out that night looking like nothing happened to her.
It was bad because I didn't know what happened to me. And psychologically, it was very heavy, you know? And like my whole right side of my body, I still get numb, but my whole right side of my body was so numb. I couldn't even lay down. I couldn't even sit. I had to lay on the floor on my back. And I went through a series of tests in the hospital for 5 days. And the only thing that they concluded to was a sleepwalking episode.
Are you aware of what really happened to you?
No.
A sleepwalking episode?
Okay, so you saying it's your own motherfucking fault. So why the fuck you hop on Instagram the next day in an uproar, making it seem like something had been done to you potentially in the house? Or why would you even come to us about some shit that you didn't sleptwalked?
To distract, just like she did with Bird. Like, okay, so after her sister said that you fucked Tony's man, then you go to the verses and rub on Birdman's head and all of that. All of that felt like a distraction. Like she's just always doing some shit to cause a distraction. Let me see if I can find the clip of her, because she was out that same night after she said all of this, and then later on posted that video of her surgeon or her dentist saying that she had gotten her mouth fixed. And I remember thinking to myself, just because you're showing us this doesn't mean it happened now. It could have happened a long time ago, and you just using this footage to try to make it seem like this is what happened to you. But if you actually did have teeth missing and woke up in a pool of blood, you would have bags under your eyes. Your face would have been swollen. You would not have looked the way you did at that whatever that event was. Like she did an event the night after, and her face looked fine. We were wondering if she had something done to her body though. Damn, I can't find it.
I mean, on the show, she trying to act like she just got the BBL, not the BBL, the ass fillers.
Right. But yeah, like to me, like she just be doing weird shit all the time. Like she's just a fucking weirdo, man. Like
Zeus.
Say what?
She gives Zeus Network vibes.
Oh, she does.
To be a Braxton, like the antics you give is very, very terrible.
You know, honestly, I think Funky
reality star.
Funky
You're
not
not
wrong.
you're singing anymore. It seems like it's just more reality TV.
And bullshit.
And bullshit.
Funky was right when he said it's something psychiatric. I feel like in the next 10 years, she gonna be doing YouTube interviews like Jaguar, right?
Oh, I hope not. My God. Somebody help. Tony, get the publicist, my God. Protect us from this. Yeah, no, I could definitely see it. And it's sad because she is a talent, but I do feel like whenever celebrities of a certain stature don't know how to like shut up, sit down, have some patience about them when they don't really grow as an adult. And Tamar hasn't grown as an adult. The funny part is like Tamar reminds me of people I know in real life, right? So I know how these personalities tend to work, and they really do like they manipulate. They do
That's
the
scary.
victimhood thing. Like I want to be a victim.
Like Tamar.
Yeah. And it's sad because, you know, you want to like her. Like there was a time where I feel like we were all rooting for you, bitch.
Right.
And you just had to be the fucking worst. But it's cool though, ho. It's cool. Let's move on. I'm done talking about her. Let's just end with our TV shows. So let's start with Married to Medicine. So Married to Medicine came back this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have two main things to discuss when it comes to Married to Medicine. For one, Dr. Jackie is a terrible person, and I don't understand how she's been able to be anybody's doctor, except for the fact that money means that people act better than they normally would. So if you have a doctor and they are seeing celebrity clients, they care about how much money they're making. They care about those celebrities, so they treat those celebrities well. But essentially everybody else, they probably treat like shit, because Dr. Jackie walking up to the new girl, Brandy, and asking her about her enlarged thyroid in front of everybody and then acting as if it was menopause brain. No, bitch, it's not menopause brain. You like to do things like that when you feel insecure or just whenever you want to hurt somebody. It's an intellectual way of shading somebody. And I feel like that's what she did to that lady, especially when you see Brandy's what she does. And I think what she does is a lot like what Dr. Jackie does, as far as like, I think she might be an OBGYN. She does a little poop poop. You know, she says she also has helped women figure out when they have thyroid issues. So yeah, I just was like, Dr. Jackie is the worst.
Yeah, that was so awkward. This lady is, you're literally being introduced to this woman, learning about what she does, and you go straight into, is your thyroid acting up or whatever? Like that.
Enlarged.
That was crazy. The apology she gave was a little weird too, because she said, I probably should have apologized, if at all, or something. It was weird.
So she was like, I probably should have taken her to the side and said something, if at all. Meaning like maybe I shouldn't have said anything at all, which is passive aggressive, which is like, well, if I can't warn you about your health the way I want to, then maybe I shouldn't just tell you at all.
Well, she knows she would want to have a private conversation about her own business. Like that was so unfair.
Especially because of the way she handled Toya, talking about, you know, you
Is your thyroid enlarged?
Like that's wild. And I said people need to be meaner to Dr. Jackie. They need to remind her she looks like the Crypt Keeper. She looks like Skeletor. She has the body of a 12-year-old boy. She's Benjamin Button. Like, you know, she's like a 100-year-old woman. Like it's giving decrepit. Like people need to remind her what she looks like. Your neck looks too skinny, bitch. Can it hold up that big ass head of yours? I don't know. But people
You're not mean enough. I've been thinking that.
Yes.
Like this is giving very much Buffy. This is, and I was annoyed because I'm like, bitch, just was that last season or the season before last? She was sitting on that stage crying and somehow had rallied all the women to get
That was
on
the reunion
stage.
before last.
Okay, yeah. And basically try to give her credibility for being a good doctor that actually respects Black women. And here we are.
Again.
Here we are. Yeah, they need to be more mean to Jackie because honestly, I don't know who gave her the MF and audacity. To your point, looking the way she looked. Like, I'm sure you went to school, you got your degree, you're a doctor. Good for you. But outside of that, who gave her the audacity?
The people around her that praise her.
She thinks she the doctor of all doctors. So you can't tell nobody like Jackie Nathan. But Mariah been said the one you got to watch for the real villain is Jackie. That's what Mariah said.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Quiet, decrepit kind.
Yeah, that pissed me off. I was like, what did she just say? I had to rewind that shit.
Brandy handled it well. She did kind of do the like, let me.
Yeah, like I know I have a thyroid issue, bitch. I know. Thank you for reminding me in front of a room full of people as I'm caught off guard. That's how I know she did it on purpose because you wanted to catch that lady off guard to make her feel weak.
And her first filming day.
Right.
First time with the crowd. Yeah. Yeah, Jackie.
And I wonder if she also did that because that's Toya's friend.
Maybe. Y'all know they don't like Toya because Toya has the audacity to be on the same show with them, on the same level with them, but not making as much money, not doctors.
Living the softest life out of all of them.
Which ain't it?
Okay, every season, I'm like,
she working.
Nobody could ever make me not hate her.
Fuck.
I mean, not hate her. Nobody could ever make me hate Toya. Ever.
Yeah. Me too. Especially not for the shit they be trying to get me to dislike her about. Now, sometimes, like, you know, as a person on the show, she does too much of trying to get other people like forcing conflict. But outside of that, yeah, no, I'm not mad at Toya for having the type of life she lived. I'm not mad at her for getting a husband that's gonna do what she wants him to do. The rest of y'all are just weak and y'all want her to be weak and y'all are mad that she isn't weak, Heavenly. I'm so sorry, but I have to say it. Like when it comes to how y'all act with y'all husbands, y'all are weak. And y'all get mad at women that are actually strong. So you need to call them stupid. They need to be weak in some way for you to feel superior. Because you're supposed to be superior in this situation. You have the husband, you have the education. You're supposed to be better than the dumb girl that just is a educator and gets a man that's willing to work himself to death for her. That's what he should be doing.
I'm talking about life so soft that the child in there cooking the steak. Because Toya said, I'm not cooking shit but drinking this wine.
Jamie, I love that you
bag inside the garbage can and put that, take that bag out.
Jamie, I love that you clocked it. Because I clocked it
new
too.
songs for the next one.
Listen,
I said that baby is in there making steak. He ain't making.
And you know they prepared them soon. Remember, like when they took the son to the butcher place to pick out the type of steak. I think that could have been the same kid.
Yes.
And he's like, get in there and cook it in. I'm like, go ahead.
Shit, that be reminding me of my girl Erica De Niro. Shout out to Erica De Niro. Child, if Erica ain't gonna show us nothing, she got one son that's a chef. And the other son also likes to cook. So she be like, yeah, I don't cook. They cook, child.
No, that's right.
And she'll show us the plates. I'm like, yes, girl, I love it. Okay, child. One of the only reasons why I even wanted to be with this man I'm married to is because they're go into a kitchen with nothing in the refrigerator and come out with a plate of food. I don't even understand how it happens.
Resourceful.
Listen.
That's what I'm talking about. Problem solver.
Okay.
Goes a long way.
Problem solver. He makes great drinks. And I'm talking about coffee, tea, alcohol. Lyric is a fucking barista. Okay. He said to me today, I was like, yeah, babe, like I'm trying not to work that hard right now because like I just be feeling more tired. So like in the winter months and when I'm on my period, he was like, yeah, babe, I'm out here working hard. You living a soft life. You don't need to do that.
Okay.
Like, well, I'm glad we're aware of what's going on here. Thank you. Okay, child, you nigga, you really trying to make it till you die. I say every day, child, no matter what, I'm there. Okay. So the other thing about Married to Medicine, Simone and Quad. And I'm gonna let y'all take that because I need to run to the restaurant right quick. But Simone and Quad. And when I come back, of course, we'll talk about how I think they're gay. So I'll be right back.
Oh yeah.
Simone and Quad, I just need to know what the issue is at this point because we're gonna see later on in the episode where Quad's gonna have to ask her that, right? They make up, they get back into it, they make up, they get back into it. I do think they miss each other. They just don't know how to get back on track. But I think there is a lot of love there, like the awkwardness. Like once Quad arrived and Simone got on her face, I'm hot. And Quad and start fanning her and stuff. And it's like, y'all really miss each other. Y'all just don't know how to communicate. I think I agree with Contessa when she said one way to get the Quad is talk about them finances. Y'all Quad don't like that. And Simone digs into that every time. When she want to piss Quad off, she go in there with it.
See, I agree with you. I think I was confused because it was like lightweight fun when they ran into each other at the party and she talking about I'm hot. But the way that Simone acted at the reunion and said,
Necey, you went out.
We didn't turn our backs on you. That to me is like unforgivable. The way that you
you went out for a second. You talking about when they got into it at the reunion?
Yes. So when they got into it for the reunion and she said, you turned your back on us, so we turned our backs on you. That to me was unforgivable because not only did she say it, she said that she basically got with people that didn't like Quad in order to hurt her. Then she physically got with Sweet Tea to do the same thing. So it's like, even though y'all had this fun, playful, frenemy relationship, bitch, I could never fuck with you ever. So
see, that's my thing with Quad, because it's like Dr. Heavenly did the same thing, but you forgave Heavenly. So what is it about Simone? Right. And then we get to the same, like just this particular situation here where she said, well, Quad called me a traitor. And then Simone went over there and said what she said about Sweet Tea. Quad did say that. She was asked the question. She did say that. But what Quad did say that I did not know till I went back and watched the clip, after the reunion and the time that Quad sat down to do that interview, she said she and Simone were in a good place. So even though I get it, it's unforgivable, they talked it out and they was good. But then Quad still did that interview and said Simone was a traitor. And it's like, you could have probably re-said Phaedra. You've been taking jabs at Phaedra the whole time. You could have just said Phaedra. So that's why Simone went and she kind of threw that shade at her, because I was ready to be like against Simone, like you ain't have to do that like that. Like you was wrong for that, right?
Yeah.
When I watched it and I saw that last piece and she was like, I mean, we're good. We're in a really good place right now. I was like, so y'all got cool after the reunion? Okay. So now I see why she responded like that. So now it makes me wonder a little bit of, does Quad do the same SHI that Simone does, right? Because Simone did highlight after the last reunion, before I believe they got into it at the start of the last season. They had some friction. Her and Quad talked. They was fine, but then she got upset all over again. So I don't know. I
feel like Quad will hold a grudge. Like she'll act like she cool and then she'll go home and think about that shit some more and get mad all over again. I think she has like a pattern of not really being able to let go of things. That's her thing. But I also feel like Simone is obnoxious as fuck. Like just the way she goes about it. Like, why did you go and hang out with Sweet Tea the way you did? And to me, she been on Quad top this entire time. When she was Quad OBGYN, they was cool and all of that. And then she kept trying to pressure Quad into getting pregnant, which I felt like was some type of violation. Like I feel, to me, you can't even be friends with your OBGYN if they think it's okay to pressure you into having a baby for a man that's abusing you. And that's what she did. And then after that, when they were at that reunion show and she was talking about the abuse, the only person that was really on her side was Heavenly. I think Heavenly was the only one that said, nah, I'm not about to, play around with that. He did say that he put his hands on her, like, we're not about to do that. Everybody else, especially Simone, seemed like they was just fighting so hard to be on Dr. Gregory's side. I think that has never, ever, ever left Quad. So whenever she feel like the slightest bit of twinge from Simone, it's like, bitch, I'm ready to go back to how I always feel about you, which is that I can't trust you. And you always felt like you was better than me and you mad at me because I was supposed to be down. I was supposed to be broke. I was supposed to do, be something other than still on the same show with you without an aggravating ass husband.
Little girl.
And that's what they got in common, right? Because I think Simone can hold a grudge as well. And every time Quad goes back and revisit those feelings of I'm upset all over again, Simone gonna get right back there with her. And that is where I feel like they both do the same thing and they ain't gonna never get nowhere.
They not.
Not that, one person, Quad or Simone aren't right for how they feel. Like that's how they feel. If somebody did something to upset you, that's fine. But it's about how you handle that, and they're gonna be right back in this situation all over again. Just like
what I just thought about. Okay, so y'all know how sometimes like it be the smallest thing that the woman don't even know why you mad at her a lot of the times, and it's just something small. I low-key feel like now that I'm looking at it, Simone is mad because Quad don't have no kids. I think Simone may not have ever really wanted kids and was made to have them and may feel slightly resentful of watching Quad not have kids. Because to me, it was a pressure point for her trying to force Quad to get pregnant for old boy. But then when you think about the way she don't really she babies the sons, but I don't know if she really parents them. I think a lot.
I think that's what it is.
You don't think that's what it is? I'm not saying that's like the crux, but I am saying that I think there might be a jealousy of or envy of you got to not have kids. And I wish I didn't because I didn't really want them motherfuckers. And now I can't get rid of them. Like there is a level of that. Like,
I won't say she didn't want them, but I think similar to our commenter, Brianna Love, I think that she was raised in a way to think that women are only useful for being homemakers and having children. And I think that she believes that she's better than everybody else because not only is she the homemaker, that had the kids, she's also the breadwinner. So to see Quad live a life that looks soft makes her feel some type of way, but also she's projecting her opinions of what she thinks a woman with value is. Yes. So it's like you ain't a doctor, you ain't got a man, you ain't got no kids. Mm-hmm. So you don't have any value.
You're not special, bitch.
Yet you think you're the shit when I have to do everything.
And Quad walks around like, honey, I don't have to do anything but be exactly who Quad is, baby.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. She felt like she had to work overtime to be a doctor, wife, mom, all that shit. And Quad is just like, yeah, I'm the bitch.
I think
the whole generation.
Yeah, they do have a lot of like resentment of things that they really didn't want to do, but felt like they had to. And then watching latter generations not have to put themselves through all of that. Child, they were saying that about the no contact thing. Like a lot of people are mad at this generation or, younger generations because they're able to be like, yeah, no, I don't want to deal with that.
No, and if you do anything different than them, they wait for an aha, I told you so moment. So with Quad, they keep talking about her finances because they want her to fall off.
Yes.
They want her to be like, bitch, you didn't do things the way that we did, which was get married. We waiting on you to fall off.
Quad is exhausting. She's extremely theatrical and dramatic, but that's why a lot of the time she's so good on this show. And I think they hate her for that too. Like, bitch, you aggravating, but we know that people like watching you on this show, and this show don't really work that well without you, bitch.
She said our playground. She said, if you don't want to play, then maybe you shouldn't come to our play. Y'all want her to bow down to y'all so bad.
Simone said that to Dr. Jackie at the beginning.
She was saying at the table. Gotcha.
Yes.
As if Quad has not been here since season 1, just like you. As if this show is not low-key built off of Quad's lore. Like it low-key is built off Mariah. It's built off of all of y'all in some ways, but Quad is a quintessential aspect of this show, which is why y'all need her. Like I hate to say it, but Married to Medicine kind of need, like other shows may not need Quad. Married to Medicine needs Quad, my opinion.
I agree.
So what did y'all feel about the way Simone like responded to Quad saying that she would be a good person to be on Traders? Because I low-key feel like she over it, like you gassing it. Like you want it, bless you. You want it to be a big deal. Because like why would that be a bad thing for somebody to say that you should be on one of the #1 shows Like, I get it. It's shade, but I wouldn't have been that mad about it. I'd have been like, girl, I should be on there.
Looking for a moment.
Well, because Quad is a overly dramatic person, I can't say that if Simone would have said the same thing, Quad would have
been bad.
Shrugged her shoulders. Quad would have reacted the same way. So I feel like, once again, you could have just said Phaedra, especially after y'all had made up. You know what I'm saying? And then followed up the statement with, we're in a really good place, though. You know, right now we're like really, really, really good place. It's
You're
like,
right, Jami.
and you don't want to set y'all back. Just
I got
use somebody else.
I got a question. Jami, do you think like based off the last season, do you think that Quad was like coming at Simone the same that Simone was coming at Quad? That reunion threw me off. Cause it was like, bitch, you really mad, huh? Like, to me, that was the moment that I felt like it's not Quad as much as I thought. Because Simone seemed like she was really holding some shit she needed to release.
I think Simone, I feel like I said this last year, where I think that Simone just thinks Quad is a fake woman. I think when she sat up there and talked to Jackie and was like, I got so much stuff I can say about this woman, but I'm not going to say nothing until she do something. I'm going to let it out. I feel like she might have a lot of information on her. I feel like she just be fake with how she reacts to stuff. She probably don't like the fact that Quad holds on to things. And let me say this too. Sometimes people see things on other people that they don't like, but they actually possess. And I think that could be something that Simone does not like about Quad. You
like
don't
hearing.
Yeah, but it's really the things that
I don't like it.
dislike about yourself, or you don't even realize that you do the same thing.
No, I agree.
Similarities, like you are extra, just like Quad is extra.
Yeah, they really are. They really are.
In the way that Quad can go forever, Simone can be loud as fuck. Like, my
and
God,
be ready to go forever too.
Like, girl, put your teeth back in your mouth, just a little, just a little. Do we have anything else to say about Married to Medicine before we move on to Real Housewives of Potomac and end there? Okay.
Y'all think Toya was wrong to bring up Heavenly Child?
No,
not at all. We talking about dead mamas. Not at all.
I feel like I am on Toya's side with everything she said. Bitch, I'm so sorry. Like, I understand, and I'm gonna give Heaven, because I feel like politicians as a whole are like scam artists. So I'm gonna give Heavenly, as a Black educated woman, the opportunity to disappoint her constituents like everybody else gets a chance to. But ultimately, I just have a rule of thumb. Reality stars and actors don't make good politicians, and that's just what I have seen. She can prove me wrong. I hope that she can. But outside of that, if I was Toya, I would feel the exact same way. Bitch, how can you ever be somebody in a political standing and you can't even control your emotions on this show? You can't even have decorum on this show. Somebody questions you for 2 seconds and you was, bitching out and cursing everybody out, in a preview to the next episode. So yeah, I feel like Toya has a right to feel exactly how she feels, to be honest.
And he grown as fuck. Let's talk about it.
For real. And why is it? So first of all, in one moment, she online talking about, I'm so glad he didn't tell me about that because I would have just lost it. I'm like, no, you wouldn't have. You would have been able to handle it. In my mind, I said, if he can hide that from you, what else can he hide from you? Then I see the preview.
In the cabinet.
When I see the preview to the season, she actually says that to him. I said, so bitch, why are you acting dumb on the internet? But when we get to the show, you saying exactly what the fuck my smart ass just said, which is that if he can lie about something like that, he can lie about other shit that is also huge that you would need to know.
And he get it from his mama. And Toya told the folks how much Heavenly is be sitting up there lying. So now you came to us last year making it seem like, oh, my husband took care of that and he did this and that, da 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 da. And I felt like you was capping on that. So now I'm wondering who fucking Ifamil was really in the cabinet.
Listen. Who
stuff was really in the cabinet?
Because you know
you came in spinning.
As soon as I saw that Dr. Eugene be gone all that time like
5
that.
hours. She said you can have a whole nother family.
Which means I'm fucking a nurse.
You think Eugene went, but she don't tell you? I don't think so.
Absolutely.
Really?
Because it's not about that. It's literally about people being kind to you. A woman that's extra nice to you, that's sweet to you, that you see often. It's really just about who's around you and who's kind to you. And I could imagine him not being around Toya all the time, maybe sometimes having a little resentment or a little annoyance with her, and having somebody near him that is a juxtaposition of that. So I can definitely see him having a nurse that he was friends with, that's kind, that he likes, that he eventually fucks. Yeah. And I wouldn't be mad at him about it. He's making a lot of money. He's working a lot. I'm sorry.
Toya will lose her.
Because
Yeah, I feel like he'd be too scared to do that.
That's
like,
what I think.
Maybe.
Not that he wouldn't want it to.
He's also a doctor. Let's not negate
That's
that.
true. Dr. Jackie said, we've all heard things about each other's husbands. And I said, well, what you heard about Eugene? Because I ain't hear nothing about Eugene. So y'all heard stuff about Eugene?
And listen, I don't think it has happened. I'm just saying that it could, because I don't put anything past anybody. And, you know, I really do feel like sometimes it's just about people wanting to feel good and people wanting to feel like somebody, you know, is hearing them, or that, you know, just affection in a moment of feeling like you're not getting it. And it may not be just Toya's not, but because they're far apart. You know what I mean?
I can see him emotionally doing that before physically doing that. Yeah. But I also can see Toya as Janet Jackson in Why Did I Get Married, when she started breaking every damn thing.
I could too. And then I could see her doing it just so she could get really expensive gifts out of it and not really leaving. Because who the fuck is leaving Eugene? He makes great steaks.
She really gonna. She will work.
You know, if he makes a mistake, girl, that's just some ammo for you to use against him for a real long time to get gifts that you want that he otherwise may not have wanted to get you. Okay, that's all that is. Okay, so let's move on to Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, so I blame y'all. The only reason I am watching this shit is because of y'all. Because in all honesty, as much as y'all know I'm biased and I love Monique, even that wasn't really making me interested in watching these fucking shows. Okay, so it is only for Necey and Jami that I'm watching this shit. Okay,
it's good this season.
It is. No, it's not bad. And I'm not gonna lie, if it wasn't for Stacey, I would not be like even interested. But Stacey was hilarious to me. The times that I did watch for y'all, I was like, it's hilarious. I love the dry sarcasm. I love that y'all keep trying to get her upset and you can't. And so that brings me to the situation. Giselle, Ashley, Kiarna, they have a hard on for Stacey. And I think it's because y'all thought y'all were trying to do like the bully thing to the new girls, right? And I think you latch on to the girl that gives the most resistance, the one that looks the most like unbreakable. So you want to try to break her. And I think that's what they're doing to Stacey. And I think Kiarna is insane. She reminds me of Nicki Minaj. Like, you're jealous of everything. Like, what do you mean?
My condo, my man, my money.
And then the way she's letting that man play in her face. I'm like, girl.
Like a Chucky doll.
She's insane. So I'm on Stacey's side. Stacey and her bad wigs. Okay. Always a hump in the wig. Always a scalp that looks artificial. But I'm here for Stacey. I think she does lie a bit. Like, okay, let's talk about Chris Samuels. I do not think that she called Chris Samuels and said all of that shit that Kiarna and Cookie tried to make it seem like she said. I don't think that.
I agree.
But I do think she was talking to him and had an exchange phone numbers with him. So don't act like, you know, oh, I'm not really talking to him. I also feel like what she was saying is that nigga was acting crazy. The nigga was acting very territorial, asking her about, I sent you a message. Why you didn't say thank you?
Thank you would be nice. That's how fucking thirsty he is to get in with these housewives.
Yes, I agree. And I don't think that Stacey is the one that's hard up. And I am trying to believe that Cookie is titty fucking Chris Samuels, but she is not the aesthetic that he wants. And no man really wants the woman that's easy to get. They want the woman that they have to convince and trick into the relationship.
Yeah. I'm on Stacey's side as well. I really have been enjoying Miss Stacey. She's been chewing down on the ladies. I've said this already. I personally think when it comes to the scheme that was set up, I think all four of the ladies had something to do with it. All the ladies that have an issue, Giselle, Kiarna, Ashley, as well as Cookie, pretty much brought this to the front. I don't think it's like a one person. And yeah, I mean, I think she was talking to Chris at one point, which she does say earlier in the season that they've hung out together. Like, of course they got each other's number, but she don't talk to him. Just like I saw Monique's interview and she was saying that Stacey's a liar. Yeah, Stacey be lying, all y'all be lying. However, I think the liar part for that didn't apply because she said that Stacey said as she was watching it, I don't have Chris's number. She said, but then when I thought about when we sat down, you did have his number because you pulled up, you know, text messages. And when you watch the scene back, Stacey never said she didn't have his number. She said she doesn't talk to him. That's when Ashley was like, call Sharice. Like Sharice got the number, Sharice called. So all in all, Stacey be lying a little piece, child, but
for sure,
and worse than what Giselle has done. And I'm just rocking with Stacey at the end of the day until they show me something different to where I feel like, oh, she a liar, you know, like full out, or you know, like she was you set Monique up. Cause I really feel like Ashley did it. Ashley just did stuff this episode that just kind of made me raise my eyebrow. If Monique is talking about healing and moving past, why you come in there telling Kiana that you don't know if Monique is gonna clock Stacey and check her or what? And it's like, why would you even say that? Clock her? Why would Monique even clock the lady when she just told y'all she don't care? So that's what, for me, I started putting the pieces together, and I said,
"Y'all want her to have an issue
Monique on this show, exactly, to create some chaos." That's why
I stick her.
I was looking forward to Monique coming because I knew she was gonna give me something, and I said, "How you know Monique was gonna give you something?" Unless y'all all sat down and concocted this. That's why I'm like, it's all of y'all, because y'all Ashley was the first person along with that group to introduce us to Cookie to begin with. So if you're close with Monique and you know Monique don't like Cookie, why would you bring Cookie on the show? Why would you then put a narrative out there? Oh, she's dating your ex. Oh, she ran back and told your ex. Like all of y'all got something to do with that. But Giselle, my personal, is sliding with the, oh, I'm happy Monique is back. You know, she was so vulnerable and opened up to us and told us this, that, and it's like, nah, dog.
But what's pissing me all the way off. Okay, let's start here. Kiana told on herself when she was sitting at the table with Wendy, Stacey, Ashley, and was like, oh, I'm not going to talk to her. She got up and walked away. Ashley also told on herself when she refused to tell Stacey, she skipped over the part, or not Stacey, she skipped over the part where she was supposed to tell Monique about Cookie. Yes, Sharice. Sharice, thank you. Yeah, they skipped over that whole part. So it was given that there was facts that was being brought to the table that wouldn't uphold the storyline that they were trying to get Monique to believe. But like everybody said, this is very much reminiscent of season 5. Even in this past interview, like in real time that we seen Monique do, I felt some type of way because she called Stacey a liar. And I'm like, here we go again. When you knew these heifers was playing on your family and they was talking about your husband, back to season 5, Giselle and all of them had a scheme to come to the forefront and work your life and your storyline in a way that they found was beneficial. So they was playing with you. They're doing that again.
Right.
And it seemed like she knew what was happening in season 5. She knew. There were things that happened after the season had aired where she knew, well, at the reunion, let's just get there. She didn't address Giselle until the reunion. She's getting into the same patterns again, because what I'm noticing is she was smart enough to clock what they was doing at the table when they came to her with the bullshit. But for whatever reason, you still don't want to call it out. And in the interview that I saw her do, last week or sometime this week, you only address Stacey, which tells me that you're clocking the shit that they're doing and you're allowing them to play in your face. And that's going to drive you to the point to where you black out like you did on Candace. And you really should have put your hands on them. So I'm hoping that she don't get back into the same patterns, because our girl Monique says she's healed. But if you healed and you want to call people out on their shit, you need to call Giselle and them out on their shit, because your spot on the show is secured. It's a different ball game. You need to come back and call things out for what they are.
Is it
so?
What?
What?
Is her spot really secure though?
Yes. Yes. Her spot is secured. Her spot is secured. And it would be even more secure if she solidified her spot as opposition to Giselle. Because we know
I would love that. But I feel like she thinks, and a lot of people think, that they have to get along with Giselle in order to be on this show.
That's what she thinks. And that's why she's operating this way. Yeah. And then playing in her face is going to drive her to the point of blackout, because that's what happened before.
Okay. But, I'm going to tell her now, because listen, she might hear me, because, and I might DM her this later. Hey,
Please.
bitch.
Please.
Don't you let these motherfuckers drive you crazy.
Please.
You know what? I'm gonna be watching now just so I can DM you when I feel like it's about to.
Please.
That's what happened.
Ashley Darby to me, I know y'all. I be giving Ashley a hard time trying, but listen, she not to be trusted because wasn't she the same one that told people that Monique was drinking when she crashed her car 2 years
a white
back?
woman. Ashley, period. Ashley is a white woman. I want us to be like, listen to me again. Ashley is a white woman.
Yeah. I like her for the mess. Don't get me wrong. I love her for the mess. I do. I love the hater. I love her. I do.
But what do you feel about white people in general? As black people, what do we know about white people? We can fuck with you sometimes.
Can't be trusted.
We can't fuck with
Can't be trusted.
We cannot, because you gonna set us up every time, and we already know. So you just have to remember that Ashley is a white lady. I didn't even say nothing to her about Ashley because I feel like whatever happened back when she was on the show and she was pregnant and that shit with the cameras and all of that, they got some type of relationship. I'm not even gonna fuck with her about Ashley.
That's a trauma bond.
But yes. But what I will say is, please do not fucking trust Giselle. I even say, so how you feel about Jizzy? Like, bitch, please don't trust this lady. Please don't trust this lady. This
I
lady
felt
is not
so
to be trusted.
bad when I saw your daughter, which is fair, but the fact they still playing in your face
They're
today.
trying to use your anger as a weapon.
Yes.
And then y'all could, Giselle is such a fucking narcissist. The way she opened up, I have never seen her open up like that before. Why would she open up to you, bitch? You've been coming at her neck since she met you. Why would she ever open up about her life to you? And now
I have to agree with Giselle on that though.
No, it's not that she's wrong. It's that the moment you decide to show up, like you're doing it now because you want her to feel comfortable.
Oh, right.
Times before when you could have had this energy with her and you didn't. This is the moment you decide to be like, oh my God, she opened up. I feel like I'm seeing a side of her now.
And
This is
also,
why I say do not trust Ashley Darby, because number one, Ashley Darby is more of Giselle's friend than she will ever be Monique's. And I feel like the same way they sat around and had the conversation, I feel, before with Monique, I feel like they did that again. And who's closer to her and who she likely trust is gonna be Ashley. Because I can see Giselle being like, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trying to.
She don't trust Ashley.
I ain't trying to. I don't want us to have no more like colorism because they only do it when it comes to me. But Ashley, you probably can't. I feel like they had that full conversation. Even with Kiana, because Kiana doing the same thing as Angel. You should have a beef or whatever issue with Giselle, but you got more of an issue with Wendy. Like y'all over there toasting to shots and stuff, but you was just upset with Giselle. She had you crying on the boat.
For simply agreeing with the shit that Giselle said. Like, I'm tired. Recruit some bitches that ain't gonna be scared of confrontation with Giselle. Or just send Giselle home. Because I am so tired of this. Like, why? It's hard to really talk about the show. And like, for a brand new viewer, they would never understand why things are happening the way it's happening. Everybody is afraid of her. Let's get to Giselle escorting Stacey out of the party.
Literally in my head, Giselle, elevator.
Yes, because the thing was, I never known Giselle to have a real life issue with Stacey, but that was the icing on the cake for me. That shit wasn't going the way they wanted to go when it came to them scheming on Monique. Which is why she was like, and you can leave. Go ahead and leave if you're going to leave.
Why are you I'm going to press? I already pressed it. I'm going to press it again. It was so extra. And I feel like that's the type of shit somebody do when they want to get under your skin. Because it was unnecessary. And then they act unfazed. And the way she just was like, okay, well, I mean, if you want to stand there, it's fine. Like, that's weird. I don't know why you want to stand there at the elevator. Like, what are you, a doorman? Like, thank you so much. Do you want to hold the door for me? Like, oh my God, I would have found a way to be an asshole to her about that. Because you're trying to get under my skin, and I would have been condescending as fuck to you, bitch. Oh my God, Giselle, thank you so much. Are you a doorman now? Thank you. Are you gonna hold it open for me? Thank you. And your beautiful dress and your white beautiful dress, you're gonna be a elevator man for me. Oh
I
my
would have
God.
hit her with that. Where's Robin?
Oh,
where's Robin?
Your girlfriend. Where's your girlfriend? Where's your girlfriend?
Ooh, Robin was too bad.
I feel like they only got 1 million views because they light skinned and it's been out for a long time. and they on Real Housewives of Potomac. That's the 3 reasons. It's not because they're entertaining or thought provoking in any way. They only go viral when they say something colorist. Fight me.
Let's see.
Fight me. I don't like them. I'm sorry, especially Robin. Like Robin's such an asshole. Robin is like one of those white boys that is just like, yeah, I'm a douche. So what? Like I hate it.
I mean, 1 million views isn't that much over 5 years, to be honest.
It's not.
If they put
Oh, they
something
got 1
out,
million views? I
yeah,
thought they
1
got
million
10 million
downloads.
downloads.
Oh, is it 10 million?
10 million
It's 10 million downloads.
Okay,
But
thank
I don't
you.
know what that
that's
equates
more
to
like it.
views.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know what that
I don't
is.
know if it's 10 million views. I mean, it might
I mean,
be.
if it got 10 million downloads, I'm sure it's 10 million or more views. I'm not going to downplay them. I just don't think it's happening for reasons other than they are who they are and they look the way they look. And I've argued with people about Giselle. People really do like her because of how she looks.
Yeah, they do. You know what popped up? So after Married to Medicine went off, the new episode, what was I watching? Peacock. Peacock automatically started playing the Married to Medicine LA spinoff.
Mm-hmm.
And this is no shade to Dr. Britton at all. But I was just thinking to myself, what are the odds that they decided to spearhead the next Married to Medicine show with another, you know, white facing black lady? You know, like Bravo loved them a real white face looking black woman. No shade to Dr. Britton. I'm just saying that's interesting.
Like,
because that's exactly how they started Potomac, with a lot of white face looking black women.
I feel like we're trying to act as if the only reason Atlanta isn't who they are is because they just are exceptional. Like they wouldn't have given it. They didn't even want to give the budget to Atlanta, even though Atlanta was outdoing everybody. It's because we're dealing with, like Nene said, racist people. And racist people want to be around people that make them feel comfortable. And the people that make them feel comfortable look more like them. Giselle. Those types of people. And I feel like we think, we think because we're in 2025, we've aged out of this shit. But we essentially have not. It's just morphed. But I did, before we go, wanted to talk about Wendy Osefo and how she has had a sudden change of mind about the legal strategy and how she is now, I think she's rejoining Eddie on the charges.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I feel like people are really trying to make this a situation where it's a possibility that somebody's just playing on the Osefo's top. It's a conspiracy. They didn't do it. Why are the police? Like Monique was like, why are the police coming to the media? And I'm like, that's not how this happened. The police just have a database of shit that happens, and people like TMZ and blogs are waiting and have people that will tell them whenever these people that are, blog centric, whenever they hit these spaces, people send them information and they might get a little tip for it. That's how that works. I don't think necessarily the police are like, oh, it's reality stars. Let's make sure this gets to the blogs. Like, I don't think that's necessarily how it's working, but it is Atlanta and they are messy in general. So I won't put anything past anybody. But what do you guys think?
In legal terms, I'd just like to know why they did this and what this means. It's hard for me to really have an opinion on like why they're taking this angle.
The first thing I thought of was the fact that they probably did that so they don't have to flip on each other in some type of capacity. I don't know if that's the case, but it's just what I thought about. Because I was like, why would y'all do this? You wanted the charges to be dropped. You wanted to be separate from your husband. And I guess as they learned and realized, during a certain period of time, there should be time for the prosecutor to respond to her team and let them know, hey, we're going to drop the charges. As the time gets closer to the hearing date, they likely realize, they're not gonna bend on anything, and the judge is gonna make the final decision. Chances are the judge may go along with the prosecutor based on the information or the research they have about the judge and how the judge typically operates with those type of cases, from my assumption. And so as they got closer, they probably realized, like, it might be best if we just go ahead and do this, together as co-defendants. So that way, in order for you to drop these charges on you, you're going to have to sell your husband out, in a sense, in order to do that. And that's what I think the reason why they decided to be co-defendant on the situation. So,
damn.
Well,
I mean, that would be smarter. It's obvious whatever happened, y'all did it together. Why the fuck would y'all not file together so y'all don't have to incriminate one another?
Right.
And it makes me wonder why she would even do that in the first place. Like it felt like a punishment or leverage of some sort. I don't know. It's weird.
I think she saw that she probably had an out, considering the fact that when we first got the information, it seemed like more of it, even though she was attached, it seemed like more of it was coming from Eddie. Eddie was the one on the phone with the people. Eddie was the one sending the emails over to her for the most part. So she could have acted oblivious. Like, I don't know. My husband pretty much handled everything. And whatever he asked of me, I just provided that to him. But, you know, I didn't automatically commit the crime. So I think she probably saw a way to finagle herself out of it, is what I'm assuming.
Okay.
And then realize, like,
that's not the best.
That's not gonna work.
I want to say this. Yes, you can. You can testify against a spouse. They just can't make you do it. That's the difference. Another incentive to get married. And so somebody can't tell on your ass. But if they want to tell on you, they can. But yeah, I just feel like, you know, I hate to say it because I don't want to say I really like Wendy. I respect Wendy. I can see Wendy. Especially after this past episode, Wendy renovating that entire house, her mom looking like Evelyn Braxton. Like, and then talking about how I'm enjoying your money. I'm enjoying your money. Like, I was just like, I could see you doing this illegal scammy shit because you not only have to keep up pretenses, but you got to pay for people that's dependent on you. And that's like a lot of pressure. And this is why I can't stand parents like that. And I don't give a fuck what culture you come from, because people like to act like, oh, I'm Nigerian or I'm some type of African culture. So that means this abuse is okay. This is financial abuse. That lady being all bucked up because her daughter can get her surgeries and skin bleaching cream and whatever the fuck else she getting her. Like, I didn't like that. I didn't like the way she was proclaiming that she gets to spend her daughter's money, and I didn't like none of that shit. Also, Wendy still feeling a way about not having her father in her life. Them going out of town. The dad was like, I'm not coming. I don't feel well. And so Wendy feels rejected. I felt bad for her. And I feel like that's a reason why you would let your mom financially abuse you, is because you feel neglected by one parent. So it's like,
flex. Look what you're missing out on.
Not just to flex, but also to, like, the mama weaponizes that. So to keep one parent loving you, let me make sure that she got whatever it is she need financially so that she don't discard me either. Because the mama make me feel like she be on the cusp of throwing your ass away if you don't do what she want to do, you know, if she wants you to do anyway. Look at the way she responded with her career.
Yeah.
I think that's also I feel like Wendy talked about that before too, where it seems like that's also their culture too. I think what you said is true, but also their culture, because she milking both of her daughters. I do have a question for Necey, like a real estate question. So when a person has built up equity in their home, can they take out money to go towards the repairs of the home that they have? Because that's what I'm wondering, if that's something that Dr. Wendy did after they've been in that house for so long, build up equity, took out a line of credit, and decided to do that, you know, renovation on the house.
That's called a HELOC. You just need to be in the home for, like, you could go do that on a brand new home if you find a deal, but you got to be in the home for at least 6 months. You got to make 6 months of mortgage payments on it. And then with the bank, it's almost like closing on a home all over again. They'll reappraise your house, say what the value is, and then you pull out the line of credit, but you have to pay closing costs all over again. So yeah, she could do that.
I was just wondering. I don't know if they did that. But
Now, would that be added additionally to the mortgage you already paying?
I don't know that. I don't know that part. Have to get with a loan officer.
That would be that's a real good question, because it's like, if you built up the equity and you're just pulling from the equity that you gained in the home, I would hope to think that that's your money. Because if you were to have sold the house and you got equity in the house and you sold it under value or however it is, and you got that money, that's your money.
I think you end up refinancing the balance. So it's like, if you sign a 30-year, and somebody correct me, loan officers, but I think if you on a 30-year note and you end up taking the HELOC out like year 10, it starts over. Whatever you owe, you spread it back across the 30 years, and that could potentially be at a higher interest rate than what you got when you got into the house, but you got all this cash. So I think it works like that. Like, for example, we was talking about Portia not too long ago. Remember, she bought her house for X amount, but it could have been at like a 3% interest rate. And whenever she got ready to buy another one, the interest rate was much, much higher. So it's things like that.
Could the process be different based on the state or based on the company?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you can shop around. So it's just a loan. One place may charge you a higher interest rate than another one. One place might charge you more origination fees. The closing costs may be different here. Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking about this house I was looking at where these people were selling it, and they were saying each year they use the equity in their home to renovate something in the house every year. I don't know when exactly they started, but that's something they were doing. And I'm like, interesting. So I wonder, I mean, to me, that sounds like, why would you keep doing that if you gotta continue to pay?
Yeah.
That's what I was
like
thinking.
that extra.
But some people do it like if you plan on staying in a home long term. Like, honestly, I know I've heard of several family members who have done this and they want the cash. So, like, if you got a house and it's fairly affordable, pretty cheap, you rather have the cash and then go ahead and fix it up, knowing you're not gonna go nowhere. And then whatever you left with is gonna be cheaper than what it is to go get a brand new house. Like, for example, interest rates have improved. They like 6s, high 5s now. But if you bought the house in 2020 on a 2.5 interest rate and you got all this equity, it make more sense for you to pull the equity out, build a second floor, and continue to pay whatever you had versus selling your house, going to go get a brand new house at a 6% interest rate that's potentially smaller than the house you had. So in some cases, I think it does make sense depending on when you got into the house and what you currently pay.
And then they got the restrictions of the HOA, right? Who may or may not allow them to build that second level of the house.
Yeah, that's if you got a house with HOA. I don't really care for HOAs. Well, it depends. It truly depends.
It do keep some of the neighborhoods looking nice. Yes,
Okay.
I like the external. But when it comes to the house you're paying hundreds of thousands on,
and a lot of discrimination happens with HOAs.
That's true.
Yeah. It was a community down here that just got sued a couple of years ago because they were like banning Section 8 renters, and they were able to prove it, and they end up getting sued. It's a town not far, a suburb north of Dallas.
I feel like, I don't like HOAs for the most part because I feel like they do a lot of fucked up shit, and I don't want nobody coming to my house telling me what the fuck to do. Like, I just don't. Like, the point of me buying this shit was so it's mine and I can do what the fuck I want. Like, this is my little piece of this earth that I pay for. That's mine. Leave me the fuck alone. Don't come knocking on my door about
I
nothing.
done lived in a neighborhood with HOA, a neighborhood without HOA. And I think the happy medium the next time I buy a house will be an older established neighborhood, no HOA. So that way, everybody kind of,
they stuff.
My neighborhood is a very like old, well-established neighborhood. So it's like, everybody's a family up and down this damn street. And it's like a lot of differences. White people, is Latina people, is Asian people, is Black people. I would like a better house in my neighborhood. And I would like just a little bit better. Can we get a scotch better reception back this bitch? I don't hate it. Like, I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like my little shit. Like, I'm not even gonna front on y'all. I'm very like content. This shit could just be a little nicer. That's it. But I'm not.
That's perfect then.
Yeah. But I low-key won't get the fuck out of New Orleans though. I ain't gonna lie. California be calling me. That's why it's like I don't want to. Like, I low-key want to sell it. I don't want to fix it up. I just kind of want to sell it and get rid of it, and then going somewhere else and get me a condo somewhere 5 years. But we'll see. But yes, y'all, that's all I had for the show tonight. Do y'all have anything else to add?
No.
Okay. So yes, y'all, thank y'all for joining us tonight. The Ooh Ladies First Panel. Follow us at Jami ThatsMe, Bondy Blue on Twitter. I'm not really on there like that, but I'm still on there. Blue Rose Bondy. I am on Threads. Follow me on TikTok. I'm trying to get my TikTok up. Follow me on TikTok. Bondy Blue. Necey Dixon on everything. Okay. Support the girls. Follow us all on YouTube. Thank you so much for supporting us this evening. We hope y'all have a good one. And peace.